What up?
I need that sports encyclopedia. Where you at, Steve Kim? Got Trent in the cut. Yeah.
Where you at, man? In the gym shooting, I'm Durant. You ain't shooting John Moran.
Darnell is the Ball State legend. I'm the Warren Central High School legend.
I'm proving with a reliable source, straight from the mouth of the horse. Smitty and JB and Smitty from West Coast to Yost.
I love talking ball. It's nice to connect with guys that are like-minded and just are real and genuine.
Better stay in your lane. Hop into
you are fucking insane. Dude, what? You just will not give this guy his flowers. What is up? What is wrong with you?
Oh, you must have thought I was a bitch.
I am him. You's not it. What's the topic? With your logic when I flow. Big Komodo, how it's time.
You gotta get back to letting the baby cry a little bit to see if they can soothe themselves.
That's a bar.
Issues get pressed so fast it don't get sacked like bags and baggage. Smitty and Jason Brown killed it, yeah, it's a rap. We what the game's been missing, we switched it and filled the gap.
I identified him after his third fight and I said that guy should be a star.
I'm so proud of the show, bro.
The gap. Smitty and Jason Brown.
Coach JB show.
Got him a job and a contract. What up? We are live in the building. It is Work Boot Wednesday. I got my hard hat, work boots. We're on IG Live, and it is a great day to have a great day. Keenan Middleton right out the gate. Key Stott, St. Louis Cardinals pitcher extraordinaire. He'll be joining us live as he does on every Work Boot Wednesday. We got Big Matt McChesney joining us. We're going to take some calls again live as we did yesterday, and it was a great first day taking live phone calls. So we'll give out the phone number. We'll take calls in the second hour. The number is going to be posted across the ticker. Everybody on IG Live can also call in and talk to our guests, Smitty and I. So pound the like, subscribe, become a member if you're not one. And we got a loaded lineup today. The NFL has once again pussified the once gladiator sport into a flag football frenzy. That is what we're doing. It is a joke. They once said, just so we're clear, that they would never adopt any rules from any other league, such as the XFL, UFL, USFL, CFL, etc. Well, they just stole the XFL's kickoff rule. And if you haven't heard, the league representative members of the NFL competition committee and special teams coaches from several teams are applying the finishing touches to a proposal for an XFL-style kickoff model that, if approved, would take effect next season, 2024. What this will do, just so everyone out there understands, it will kill special teams as we know it. It will absolutely kill defensive personnel. And it will absolutely limit roster spots for guys who are hungry, willing to go down and bang heads. That's what it's going to do. This is flag football without taking off the pads. It's coming, people. It's coming. Also, pause, who's coming is my main man, the great sidekick, co-host extraordinaire, Ball State legend, Naptown's finest, Far East Side, 317, Ball State legend, Warren Central former player, LeBron's horrible hairline having, AR5 defending, Lamar Jackson loving. Welcome, my co-host, Big Smitty. Welcome.
Yeah, clap it up.
Smitty.
What's going on, y'all? We here. What's going on, JB?
What up, Smitty? We got a lot going on today. We got Keenan Middleton right out the gate. Key Stotts. We got Big Matt McChesney. Can't wait. We're gonna ask Keenan about their rotation because I'm hearing their rotation is sketchy, according to Andrew Boudreau and a couple DMs that I received. I'm like, oh, really? You really that in keen in baseball? Smitty and I have no idea what you're even talking about.
Right. I don't know what they even mean. Rotation. What that mean?
I mean, your arm is screwed up and you can't get this thing going right. We got a lot going on, Smitty. The NFL is adopting the XFL's kickoff rule, and we're going to dive into it today. Plus, Saquon Barkley is a free agent. Where does he land? That's going to be big on the docket. The Seahawks cut Diggs and Jamal Adams. Where do they land? Room for Patrick Queen, possibly? Is that why they cut those guys? We're going to dive into it. Jason Kelce had a heartfelt retirement speech from his in front of his brother and his mom and his dad the other day. Rich Eisen, we're going to dive into him and the hate of the Giants that he possesses, and Daniel Jones saying that he is gone and done, especially after Saquon leaves. Can they really get rid of Daniel Dimes? We're going to find that out. Plus, an Alabama high school is under attack for having a themed practice day called Manly Mondays. A practice theme that the coach has created. They are now trying to cancel that coach. We're going to dive into that. The Patriots pursue Tyron Smith. The Houston Texans are in pursuit of a Eagle Pro Bowl, Hassan Reddick. We're going to dive into that. Plus, the Chargers cut veteran OG linebacker Kendricks. Where does he end up? Yeah, where does he end up? Eric Kendricks, a longtime player. Where does he end up? And where does are the Bolts making room for another running back, perhaps Saquon Barkley, or maybe a pass rusher? Once I'm hearing that Bosa could be on the move, and I hear the Rams are front runners for him. We're going to dive into that. The Raiders have inquired about trading up picks 5, 6, and 7. Is that to get a Q? Is that to get Russell Wilson? Is that to make moves? Get Russell Wilson plus make moves in the draft? We're going to dive into what the Raiders are doing. Steelers will not attempt to sign Kirk Cousins, Baker Mayfield, or Russell Wilson, according to reports. Your Colts, Smitty, placed a $21.8 million franchise tag on Pittman. I don't know if you're clapping today, but you are. Trey Lance could be a possible solution at QB for the Vikings, per Rich Eisen. I don't know about that. We're going to dive into Nick Swartzen, the comedian and actor that's always on the Adam Sandler movies. He was loaded on stage and got booted off. We're going to talk about the shitbirds who vandalized the Clippers' new stadium being built. Plus, Russell Westbrook's surgery, probably missing until the playoffs. Mark Robinson just won his primary and is on track to becoming the next governor of North Carolina, makes a real comment regarding male and female gender. Can't wait to dive into that. Plus, Micah Parsons, fifth-year option, picked up, but as a DN, not a linebacker, Smitty. Wonder what Coach JB's been saying about that. We're going to dive into that. But before we do, and before we get to quote of the day, we haven't had a segment of yours in 2 days.
Ooh.
We've been so busy with loaded guests, and you're not the producer you say you are because you have let me forget about it. But Smitty's
take accountability. Take accountability, JB. This is your show. It's your rundown.
Said so. Brought to you by Prize Picks. Smitty said so. Smitty.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man. Smitty said so. Y'all saw the graphic, man. Today, I want to give y'all a little bit of motivation, man. Right now, I'm going to tell you this. Embrace your struggles in your life. Be glad that you're going through it, man. Be glad that you're going through it. It may sound crazy to some people, but this is how you have to shift your mindset. It's very important, man. When you're not going through things, that is a problem. When you are going through things, that's a sign, a telltale sign that you are on the path to greatness. The path to greatness. JB and I, we started this show together. It was a grind. It was scary at first. The numbers were low when I first joined. There was racist people in the show who didn't want Big Smitty here. But we fast forward now, and we have almost 800 people right now on the show, and it's been 10 minutes. I don't know why, but that's what it is, man. So my point is, whatever you're going through right now, it's okay. Let's keep rolling. Let's keep moving. Let's keep grinding. As long as you stay persistent to the path of greatness, and as long as you're putting out a premier product, whether that's in sports, whether that's in sales, whether that's in podcasting, you got a clothing design company, whatever that field may be, as long as you're staying consistent in your grind and consistent in your purpose, you will succeed. Now, what does success mean for you? I don't know. Everyone has a different definition for that. But I do know that consistent grind, consistent detail, and consistent work with a good why, a good purpose underneath it, leads to some level of success. You decide what that means to you. You define what success looks like for you, man. So just want to give y'all a little bit of middle of the week, motivation, hump day. Today's Wednesday, right? Hump day motivation. And we are back, man. JB, I appreciate you, my guy, man. Listen, if any of y'all don't believe what I just said or don't really feel like, hearing me talk, that's all good. Because at the end of the day, anything I say is a fact because Smitty said so.
Smitty said so. Brought to you by Prize Picks. Brought to you by Bet Online as well is the quote of the day. And that is where we are. Quote of the day brought to you by betonline.ag. What up, man? The real Coach JB here for the Coach JB Show with Big Smitty. We got a proud new sponsor, of course, for the second part of the year, and that's Bet Online. Continue to be your number one source for all basketball wagering needs, including pro and college hoops throughout the year. March Madness is here. Join us every Monday and Friday with Jeff Nadu as we will pick them and up-to-minute odds, stats, and trends. You can follow your favorite team's path to the playoffs with in-game live betting, contests, and all the best player props. Experience the world's best wagering platform anytime from your desktop to your mobile device. Head on over to BetOnline today. Become part of the team and remember to use promo code BELIEVE, BLEAV, for 50% off plus welcome bonus on your first deposit. Bet Online, where the game starts. Peace. Big Smitty, I say, I told IG, I said, you know what? Let's do quote of the day, and we'll take calls for like 3 minutes.
Yep.
And then we'll get to the rest of the topics because we got a lot to discuss, and then Keenan joins us. Let's see. The number is on IG, 213-721-5528. Let me get the Bluetooth connected. Real quick. All right, we in there. 213-721-5528. You can call us live and chop it up with Smitty and I right now. 213-721-5528.
Call in, y'all. If y'all scared, become a member. Call in. My fault, y'all. I had to take that call quick. That was my mother-in-law to make sure everything was cool, man. You know what I mean? Everything's smooth.
213-721-5528. That's right. Post that shit across the board right there.
213-721-55. You remember that Mike Jones song back in the days?
Uh-oh.
What up? Can y'all hear me?
The Coach JB Show with Big Smitty. Talk away.
Yo, what's up? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
We can hear you. Can you hear us?
Oh, yeah. Hey, man. Y'all need to talk about Ryan Garcia. He's losing his damn mind.
We got him today. We got him on the show. Yesterday, we talked about him, too. Steve Kim, our boxing extraordinaire, talked about him yesterday, but we're going to talk about him today. We got the little video with him and old boy from whatever his name is, the other weirdo. We're going to dive into that today.
All right, cool.
Hey, you think it's real?
I don't know. I think he found some information that he knows how to deal with.
Yeah, we're gonna dive into it today. I appreciate the call.
All right, yo.
What up? The real Coach JB with Big Smitty. You're on live.
Did he hang up?
Yeah, that phone dropped.
He got a little nerves, I think.
20-something calls. I couldn't answer that shit that fast, homie.
Your finger too slow. You got to be quick with it. Quick answer, quick response.
All right, here we go.
Who is it?
What up? The Coach JB Show with Big Smitty. You live.
Yo. I'm wondering, in their prime, JB or Big Smitty, Oklahoma drill, who's winning?
I'm winning. It's not even close.
Out of all respect, like that's a disrespectful question. That question makes zero sense. This is a quarterback. This is a quarterback. I would kill JB. Next question.
Take another one. What up? What up? The Coach JB Show with Big Smitty.
Hey, what's good, bro? Y'all boys been seeing what's going on with Ryan Garcia this morning?
Yeah. We're going to get into it.
Very soon. Stay tuned. Tell all you people to tune in, man. Appreciate your love and support. Who we got next?
What up? What up? Coach JB Show with Big Smitty.
Yo, what up, Coach JB?
What up, baby?
Also, fuck me, huh?
What's up? Yeah, what up, Big Smitty? Also, hey, can I get a top 5 dead or alive hip hop list from Big Smitty and also Coach Brown?
Yeah, we'll do that today. I appreciate the call.
All right, thank you guys.
Lil Wayne, Tupac, Biggie, Nas, Jay-Z. Next.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Damn, I hung up on him.
Fuck.
Hey, this shit hard, homie. God damn, this shit like a real. Hey, Bailey, you got to do this.
Hand-eye coordination. See, look, I grew up playing video games, so it's nothing to me.
Hey, this shit crazy.
This shit fun.
What up? The Coach JB Show with Big Smitty.
What's up, Big Smitty? What's up, Flat?
What up?
I like that energy. What's going on?
Can we please stop trying to link Saquon Barkley to the Eagles? He's too injury prone and too inconsistent.
Oh, yeah, we got you. We appreciate the caller. What up? Coach JB Show with Big Smitty.
Hey, Coach and Big Smitty, what's up?
What up?
What's going on?
Hey, I have a coworker here that thinks Chris Paul is better than Tony Parker.
Oh, yeah, I like Tony Parker all day long. We're going to dive into it.
Chris Paul is better. If Chris Paul was on those Spurs, they would still win. Who we got next, JB?
Coach JB Show with Big Smitty. You live.
What's up, fellas?
What up, baby?
What up?
Hey, JB Smitty, question. Do you think traditional old school offenses in the NFL would work on today's defense?
Yes, we're going to dive into that today, too.
They go to the playoff, but they would not win a championship. Who we got next?
What up? Coach JB Show, you live. Are you from British Columbia?
Yes, sir. This is for JB. You need to change your fucking tone about LeBron James.
LeBron James has a worse hairline than your ass. He is garbage.
Fuck you.
Next caller. What up? The Coach JB Show with Big Smitty. You live. You there?
There's probably Eddie Manyweather. Eddie Manyweather said, bro, the number ain't working.
Show, you live. Hello.
You ain't paid the phone bill?
What up? You live? You hear us?
Yo, what's up? What do you guys think about Dartmouth College basketball unionizing yesterday?
Man, I saw that. Good question. That's the beginning of the end. Is all Frank Martin said it best on our show. I think that's the beginning of the end. So we're gonna dive into it, though. I appreciate it. What up? Coach JB Show with Big Smitty. You live? You hear us? You hear us? You live? You hear us?
Jason Kelce is a bitch for crying like a fucking, I don't know what he was doing. So, yeah, and then Chris Paul sucks too. All right, peace.
What up? The Coach JB Show with Big Smitty. You live? Is this from Flint? Hey, you in Flint, Michigan?
Yes, sir, Coach JB. Big Smitty, what up?
What up?
What's going on? Michigan in the house.
Hey, I just got a couple questions, Coach. Is it a better option for the Lions to trade for Snead or Lattimore? And for anybody that wants to become a coach in the future, what are some top 3 things you should start off with, Coach?
Good question. Hope Bailey's writing all this shit down. I appreciate the call. I take Snead all day, Smitty.
Agreed.
All day. Top 3 things to start off with is
quick.
It's real easy. You got to understand, first of all, you better recognize how to be an assistant. What is the assistant's number one job? It is to protect the head coach. You better learn that, number one. Number 2, that is clearly what it is. Number 2, go to be on a bad staff. Be on a bad staff first so you know what not to do when you get to a good staff, and be a fly on the wall. And when the head coach asks you for something, you have it in your hand already, meaning you already knew he was asking. That is what separates the great from the good from the bad from the average. All right, Smitty, let's get you the quote of the day, since that's it started off chaotically.
People saying number ain't working. It's probably because too many of y'all is calling at the same time, y'all. It's definitely working.
Yeah. Hey, how's it don't work for you, Eddie? But 1,000 people just called.
Look, my cousin said the same thing though.
Okay, can
Look,
we take it for
and
what
Bobby
it is?
Beauty?
Can we take it for what it is? Maybe they called the wrong damn number. How could a call come through for 1,000 people, but 3 idiots can't figure it out? Maybe you called the wrong number. Maybe you didn't dial 1 first. Maybe you didn't dial 9 first. I don't know if you got Boost Mobile. I don't know what you're doing. But let's take it for what it's worth, Smitty. Keith and Eddie, it don't work for. It's not like it didn't work for Lucy and Sean Waffle, okay? Let's just be honest. It didn't work for 2 possible mentally challenged cats.
Quote of the day, JB. Quote of the day.
All right, quote of the day. My bad. I'm dealing with all kind of shit. I'm a producer extraordinaire today. Failure is the condiment that gives success its flavor.
It's the condom?
Condiment. Failure is the condiment that gives success its failure. Woo, drop that in the chat. Put that on a card.
It's flavor. You know, it kind of correlates to my Smitty said so, like you said, because failure ain't really failure. It depends how you look at it. I look at failure as a learning lesson. You need that shit. You need that barbecue sauce.
Hey, I didn't even know you were talking about that on Smitty Says So. And guess what? Look what I talked about.
Come on now.
Contrary to belief. Brought to you by Prize Picks. Harsh reality is always better than false hope. Contrary to belief. It really is. I don't know if you knew that, but that's crazy how we go live on that.
I told you that 7 was gonna work.
Phone call. I just looked at how many people we got in here. I did not realize that.
Our whole 2-hour show should just be. I'm trying to tell you, hey, if we get 10,000 live from taking calls, hey, so be it. I don't give a fuck. Hey, that'd be the show. JB and Smitty on the phone. That's the show.
Poll question, Big Smitty. Got a good one for you and everybody out there. What is the best advice you would give your teenage self? Drop it in the chat below. Drop it in the chat below, everybody out there.
I would say, man, like
LA sports fan said JB can't coach. That's why he has a podcast. Well, first of all, this is a show. It's not a podcast. Make sure you get it. Don't get it twisted. It's a show, not a podcast. An LA sports fan, I'm disappointed in you because you should have did some research, but you probably some young punk kid that don't know anything about anything. So it's all right. Because see, back in the day, if a youngster would disrespect an elder, we used to get shit kicked out of us. And that's what obviously didn't happen to you because your daddy ain't shit.
And the thing is now these keyboard warriors, they can hide behind their screen, JB, and say whatever they want to.
Hey, you're LA sports fan. Your daddy's a bitch. Hey, Smitty. So where we at? We got Keenan.
What advice would you give your teenage self, man? I think for me, man, would be like just learn, like just improve on your financial literacy. Start young. And again, I'm not saying go deep dive when you're 13, 14, but it's this basic stuff that I think I could have started learning and understanding at an earlier age that would have better set me up for success in my early 20s and things like that. You know what I mean? So that's probably something that I would tell myself. It's a lot of things I would tell myself, but that's one thing that comes to mind.
Yeah. What came to mind about LA sports fan is his daddy should have pulled out. I got to ask you.
Just keep going in on the whole show throughout the show.
Take a call from him.
Like sporadically, like in an hour, you gonna say some other shit about him randomly and shit.
Hey, the NFL has again, Smitty, pussified the game, the gladiator sport. It's turning it into a flag football contest, and they once said they would never adopt any rules. I don't know if you've seen the kickoff rule that they're trying to put in. It's basically the XFL rule. But have you seen what they're going to do? And I talked to several NFL players yesterday, former players and current. They don't like it. Some do. And it's ironic, the ones that do. And I'll get into that and then we can argue it. But the ones that like it are the younger ones. Because the fact of the matter is there is no more jostling for roster spots anymore. The starters feel that they are above playing special teams. They feel they're above running down on kickoff or blocking for kickoff return. And instead of us bringing back things like the wedge breaker and real football, we're adding flag football concepts to what the XFL rule is now. And to me, it's like, wait, the NFL, who's the big dog, now is taking someone else's concept, which you said you would not do. That is what's absolutely killing me with all this. And I'm just telling you, man, flag football is coming. Here's the thing that I'm going to read you. I want to read you this off the record. I'm going to read it to you on the record, though. Rosters change. You don't need special team guys anymore. It's just another defensive football play. That is what it will become, Smitty, if they do this. It's really dumb. The kicking game would be pointless if they do this. Like, that's truly what it would be. It would be pointless. So I don't understand what they're trying to do, but it is one step closer to flag football.
They're trying to remove, they consider kickoff being one of the most dangerous plays in football because they're coming down full speed. People are just throwing their body around. To me, you and I know this. I don't have to explain it to you. It's one of the most important facets of the football game. And a lot of times special teams decides who wins and who loses the damn game. So you're removing an entire, 1/3 in essence, of an actual football, and not a full 1/3 because obviously you're still kicking field goals, things like that. So that's all part of special teams, but a very important piece of the game. Like, imagine if this rule was in back in the days when Devin Hester was playing for the Bears. You know what I'm saying? Like, the Bears would have been a completely different team. You would change history. You are removing potential Hall of Famers Devin Hester's a Hall of Famer because of his return ability. Not because he's a receiver. So now you're removing an entire aspect of the game, like you said, JB, where players are able to get paid. There are guys who've had long careers just being a specialist. I think about my guy, just lost his name, man, long-time legend for the New England Patriots. He was the captain on a special team. If you guys remember his name, throw it in the chat real quick because I'm looking at his face. Real good dude. Been on the Patriots for a long time. Has a lot of rings and will make plays every single game, being a specialist, being a headhunter, being a leader. Matthew Slater, thank you so much for that, my guy Matt, my guy McCoy. Matthew Slater, man, legend. And it's like you're removing that because if you saw the example that the XFL is doing, there's no running start. They're right in front of each other. There's not even like a chance to really get going and make a play. So I don't like it. Everything they're doing is to put out the image that they're trying to be safer, but you can't make an unsafe sport safe. You can't make boxing, UFC, football. You can't make it safe. Once you make it safe, it's no longer football. It's something else. It's some other sport. We know as players what we signed up for. We signed the waivers that it was understood that we could possibly die on this field. We knew that going into it. That's part of being a warrior, being a football player. Now we're trying to remove that and appease to these, the soccer moms and the brands who are nervous. You're making a lot of damn money, NFL. So if a couple brands don't want to work with you because they think it's too physical, then so be it. You can't work with everybody. Don't change the essence of the game. Period.
Yeah, I don't know. It's very interesting. Twitter's over here on fire.
We need everybody on Twitter to actually come to YouTube and become a member right now. Subscribe, become a member.
It would change the game in one day.
In one day. JB, let them know. We got a personal Discord too. Once you become a member, you can hop in a Discord, and that's when me and JB we talk about everything. It gets juicy in the Discord. So I'm gonna say, if you know, you know.
Keenan Middleton will join us here any minute. I don't know who that is, but listen.
What you think about? What's on your mind?
This whole NFL thing, man, is just becoming what we see in society. What Scarlett was talking about the other day. We keep bringing up all these. We change in the narrative, moving the goalposts, as people like to say. We try to change the narrative so much to, I guess, cater to who? We're catering to non-fucking football guys, non-football players, non-athletes athletes, non-people who give a shit. These are casual fantasy footballers, and we're catering to them, Smitty. And this is what I do not understand. Why? Corporate America, who funds the NFL, is why. And Tank Johnson said it. Eric Weddle said it. This is what's going on. Corporate American sponsors are who are buying the seats now. You have kicked out. You have booted the American football fan, which sounds kind of like what America's doing to our own veterans and everyone else with these immigrants coming in. I'm just telling you, man, it sounds very, very on the same page type of shit that's happening right now. It's a bigger picture. Yeah. So I don't know. Tank will be back
comes to money, in my opinion, JB.
Huh?
I feel like everything comes down to money. Like, people will do anything for money. And you know that, being from the streets. Unfortunately, I mean, even at the street level, you got people who will snitch on you for some money, who will stab you in your back for some money. You got a famous quote you always say, like, basically saying that you're never surprised when you get stabbed in the back. It's just when you turn around and see who it was. That's what
you hold the knife.
Exactly. I think it's that same, like, the shit that happened at the street level in the hoods and like on a lower level per se is the same shit that happened at the corporate level, just in a different way. You know what I mean? Same process, same thought, same ideation. Everything comes down to money, and I think these league owners and stuff like that.
Hey, Smith, we got our Work Boot Wednesday special guest in.
Oh, he already here.
Our main man, Key's Thoughts. Our main man, Keenan Middleton. Our Pacific Northwest legend, JUCO legend, pitcher extraordinaire, St. Louis Cardinal, Redbird. Bring him in. Smitty, don't ever try to mimic a fucking pitcher. Keenan. Keen, what up, Keen? Hey, Keen, we started off with a banger. The NFL is changing the rules again. I know baseball changed the rules last year, right out the gate. So we've changed the bases, we've added a little size, you changed the pitch count, basically you put a clock on the pitchers. The NFL's doing stuff every year too. Is it any different when you see a professional league change rules? Do you look at it like, is it for you or the fans or the corporate sponsors? You may not want to talk about because you're still playing, but what do you think the rules really get changed for?
Yeah, on our side of things, I'm not going to speak about the other sports, but I think on our side of the things, it's the fans for the most part. Just cutting down the time of game. People aren't trying to come sit through a 4-hour game. You know, sometimes, like I told you, some of the pitchers worked a little bit way too slow. So they were trying to figure out how to speed the game up in general. And I don't know, like I said, I'm not against all the rules. I get to get home early too, so I ain't mad at it.
Yeah, you said a horse could run a race and the guy would still be on the mound before he pitched, huh?
Absolutely, yeah. I seen a clip just like last week, and I was like, that's crazy, man.
That is wild, man.
Hey, you wearing a John Jones sweater.
Oh, yeah.
What's your take right now on this Ryan Garcia thing? I know he's a boxer, but we got Steve Kim on every week, and he's a boxing guy, and he works, we work for Ring Magazine, all these different places, but ESPN. He's kind of been anti-Garcia because he's kind of one of these social media boxers, they call him. That's like funny. I was watching Gordon Ramsay the other night because I love when he cusses out a chef and shit, and his ass is like, we got social media chefs on today, and I'm like, fuck, social media has its own like genre now. They got boxers, MMA. Right. When is social media gonna have Major League Baseball players and shit?
I don't know. Boxing, I don't feel like is the sport to do that because once somebody gets in that ring and gets to put their paws on you, we're gonna find out how real you are. So I don't know. That's a different sport in general.
Hey, John Jones. Speaking of John Jones, I think
legend, by the way, the GOAT in my opinion in the sport.
Right.
Hey, so what's old boy's name that called out Ryan Garcia the other day, the white dude from SoCal?
Sean Strickland.
Sean Strickland called him out and said, hey, anytime you want to see these, come see me. What's your debate on this MMA boxing thing when they go back and forth? We've seen the Mayweather and Conor McGregor for money, and Conor held his own for the most part, even though Mayweather didn't really box. He was just kind of staying out of harm's way. Like, what's your take when these two clash?
I would like to see it from both sides. I don't want to just see one and then the other. I want to see both. I want to see you guys both step into each other's world and see how that shit goes. That's what I would like to see.
But Key, you know that ain't, man. These boxers get their ass killed in the UFC ring.
Oh my goodness, yeah. They get choked up before they even knew it.
They got, it's like.
they get choked out. Absolutely.
Quick.
Before they even knew what was going on, they get choked out.
Arm bar, it be all type of shit going on.
Right. They be out there just messing with.
Kenny and I had a debate yesterday. The shit's going viral on social media. What's your take? I've had everyone reach out to me. Caitlin Clark, the milk of magnesia. I call it.
Why you start laughing, kid, immediately?
Oh my goodness, because I was watching. I mean, I follow, and I'm sitting here listening to you guys talk about it. And I'm like, oh, I know they're gonna ask me about it. They know I like hoops. I don't know. That girl could hoop. I would say that. But
and I never said she can't hoop. I want to be clear.
Right. Absolutely. But the way she does stuff for me, like when she went and broke one of the records, she just stepped into it from the logo. It was 5-6 in the ball game. Like any girl who's got it like that. I remember watching Sabrina when Sabrina was at Oregon. Yeah. She was like our prized possession back there. She's kind of like Caitlin Clark, but she's done even better. So it's like I can't hate on her. And Sabrina's had a pretty decent career so far. Like so I feel like Caitlin's got a chance for sure. But I like you said, she takes the majority of the shots. And we were playing against Memphis last year. I was in AAA to start the year. And the LSU coach's son is on that team. He's on the AAA team. So we walked up to him. We're like, hey, how are they going to beat Caitlin? Like, how are they going to beat him? He said, she's going to get hers. You just have to stop the people around her from getting theirs, and then the game's over. And then that's what they went out and did, and they won the championship. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you said, she's taking the majority of the shots. She's taking the volume of the shots. But at the same time, if you stop the role players around her, the game's over.
Hey, Key, that's what I was telling Smitty. I'm like, look, I'm not knocking her and saying she's not good, but to call her great, like I don't even know.
Hold on, JB, time out. She's great though. Ain't no good. Ain't no. We ain't towing the line, Key. She's fucking great. Now she might not be the greatest, but she's great.
Yeah,
in this era.
No, listen, Key, real quick, man. So that's the thing that JB pisses me off. He doesn't give any players in today's era, whether it's baseball, fucking soccer, lacrosse, it could be hopscotch, jumping jack. If you play today and you're great, you do not get credit because you didn't play during his old ass era where he swears up and down that everything and everybody was better. The food was better, the girls were better, the sport was better, the pants were better, everybody could fight better, everybody was tougher, their dicks were longer, the titties was better, the ass was better. I'm like, just everything was just better. Like, come on, JB, what the stop?
Hey, Key, let me ask you. We're out of time. I know your team got in the playoffs. Your hoop team?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, congrats.
Yeah, we played tonight, yeah.
How are you going to do it? So you're not helping them, though, right now?
No, I'm still in a lot of the group chats and stuff. I talk to our guys almost every single day. But Ollie, our manager, he actually just walked up to me the other day and said, if we win tonight, we play in the semis on Friday and the championship will be Saturday. And so I pitch tomorrow. And after the game tomorrow, I'm getting on a plane and I'm going back for the last two games. So I'll be able to see those. Usually I have to miss like the playoffs, the majority of it, but my manager's being pretty cool about it and let me go out there and be with them during this. It's pretty cool.
That's tight. When is opening day?
I believe it's the 27th of
It's
March.
Different for certain teams, but the actual pitch out or whatever.
Because we're out here in Florida right now. We actually go out to Arizona spring training for our last two games, and then we go to LA to start the year from there.
So the 28th of March is, I guess, officially open day Thursday.
Yeah.
And you're in Arizona and Scottsdale or where?
I think the 26th, 27th will be in I think we play in Mesa. We play against the Cubs.
Oh, okay. I'm definitely trying. I'm gonna hit you up privately. I might have to come out to that Dodger game, first game. I got to try to see if I can get in there.
March 28th.
If you can get us in there, I might have to come down there and what I'm saying.
Absolutely.
Motivational speech.
Make it happen.
Hyped up.
Is that a weekend, JB? Is that a weekend?
It's Thursday through Sunday.
Day. That's a Thursday.
Yeah. Opening day will be Thursday, yeah.
So I don't know when
okay.
I don't know when the Cardinals play Dodgers though.
I think that's a Thursday.
I think it's Thursday 28th.
Everybody's opening day is Thursday?
It's at 1:10
I don't think it's
p.m.
everybody's, but ours is because we got a 4-game series to open up there.
Yeah, you start 28th. It's at 1 o'clock, 1:10 game.
1 o'clock is a little tough. It's a little tough for your boy.
On a Thursday, that's tough for most people.
Right after the show, Smitty, I'm out. I'm going to Dodger meet Key. Key and I'm gonna get to watch him play.
By the time he gets a Dodger dog, it's gonna be the 4th inning.
A 7th inning stretch.
And look, JB ain't been in no game in so long. He still think it's the same as back in the days. He gonna go there, get his dog, get his drink.
No,
Game
right.
gonna be over.
Hey, Key, so you're a sports fanatic. Russell Wilson. People argue he may have the worst contract ever. The Broncos made when they signed him. Him and Deshaun Watson. There's an argument who's has the worst one ever. Where you at with this? They released them. They let them go. They're going to take an $85 million dead cap hit. It's more than double the next 2 teams have ever done in the history of football. Where you at with Russ? Where you want to see him go? Do you think he's done? Do you think he has any gas in the tank? Can he still play?
I don't know, man. Like that's hard just because it sounded like, just from everything you hear in the media, like he lost the locker room. So when you start losing the people around you, like how do you just go pop up in another environment and they trust you with their team like that? So I don't know what the future holds for him. It looks to be tough right now, though. Future's toxic. He ruined his life.
Yeah, he's done. He might just have to go and talk about Future and the future of his with his girl. I said that didn't come out right.
He won though. I mean, Russ got the girl. He got the family. He didn't make hundreds of millions of dollars.
He gonna make $300 million playing the sport. He
got Super Bowl ring. Been to Super Bowls.
Yeah, you ain't gonna lose.
Hall of Fame probably.
Key, I gotta ask you. Derek Anderson was on our show yesterday. He was Cam's backup for a while. He started in the NFL for a long time. Lives out in Arizona. He comes on the show time to time. He said Cam's a Hall of Famer to him. And people are, and I got an argument. Then Russell Wilson is definitely a Hall of Famer,
right?
Is he not?
I would feel like he would be. Yeah.
I think
when he was really that guy was special.
Yeah.
Like up in the Northwest, I'm like they love themselves from Russell Wilson. I'm not that guy, but up there, he's a god to them.
Yeah, no doubt.
I think I
gotta ask you some brass tacks about some baseball. The hardest out right now when you get on the mound that you have to face, and let's say you get 3 batters, and you the guy you don't want to see in that 3 right now.
He's on my team actually now, because Nolan Arenado, he's our 3rd baseman. I throw 3 different pitches: a fastball, a changeup, and a slider. I faced him 3 times. He's hit 3 home runs off of my fastball, my changeup, and my slider.
Damn.
So I'm glad he's on my team now. So you can take that.
Worry about that now.
Exactly. Right.
Everybody wants to know, the phenomenon that Otani has become, not only because he's from, where he's from, but like he has a huge following, there's a huge skill set as far as both pitcher, hitter, etc. I know you said it last year on the show, like he's that guy and all that stuff. You got to be his teammate for a minute. You think his impact in LA, even though you're not going to bow down, you're going to go in there and try to beat that ass because you guys feel that your roster is just as talented. Do you think this guy is really him?
Yeah, for sure. He's the truth, man. I mean, just after seeing him when he came over here, his first spring training, I believe it was in 2018, there was a lot of hype and stuff. He didn't even necessarily pitch good, but even swing it good during spring training. But when we were going into the year that year, it was like the first week of the season. Corey Kluber was the Cy Young the year before. He took him like 420 straight away, dead center, the first week of the season. And then we go to Houston on the road, and Houston just won the championship. And in the 7th inning, he reaches back and throws a 101-mile-an-hour fastball by Jose Altuve, who was the MVP the year before. And I'm like, this all happened in the span of 3-4 days. And I'm just sitting there seeing that, like, he's a rookie then, thinking, like, this guy's way different than anybody we've ever seen in this game.
Man, that's impressive, man. And listen, this is a current player saying this, JB, so this ain't no, I know how your mindset is, and I know JB hates he feels like people get praised too quickly. Like, you'll leave this show, and in a few minutes, he'll be like, he's fucking overrated. I don't care what Key said. I was like, come on.
Babe Ruth was better, huh?
Right.
Hey, Key, if a player come on here that plays and sees it and tells us something, I don't go back like Smitty talking about. I'll be like, no, Key don't know what he's talking about. I never played baseball professionally, so hell no, I'm not gonna say that.
So if I get a woman's hooper on here and she tells you that Caitlin Clark is like that and she's an all-time great, you gonna sit back.
I just showed you a Hall of Fame text from a woman yesterday who said she ain't that.
And I know a lot of people too that are and she old too. And she old too, Key. Respectfully, but I'm saying when it's an OG, an older person, they stuck in their ways. Key, you know what it is. I need a current player right now.
I feel that. Yeah,
I need somebody hooping right now today.
Key, like Smitty love to say no offense and then offend you. I'm gonna be like, no offense, Key. The current player empowerment league we're in called Jersey Swap era in football. Yeah. They gonna come on and endorse her. Of course, that's what they do. Come on, man. This lady I put on the phone yesterday with Smitty is a Hall of Famer, played in the Olympics, a gold medalist women. She's a Hall of Famer at her university and a gold medalist and an NBA or a women's hoop Hall of Famer. She said, "You are absolutely right with Caitlin Clark."
That's tough.
At least it's somebody that carries.
That's a reliable source. I feel like.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's not a reliable source, but I also know people are bitter when they get surpassed and they get trumped, and people pass them up on the list, and they're no one's really talking about her no more. And when it comes to basketball, respectfully, I know. Listen, this the realest show. I gotta just keep it real. A lot of people I know won't even really know that name. Respectfully, it's not her fault. It's not her fault.
Right.
I'm just saying times have changed. It's what it is. It's a new era. It's different. So she probably sit back. Why Caitlin Clark getting all this shine? I didn't get this. I did more than her. I didn't get this shine. It come off as bitter to me, Key. Bitterness. Haterness.
Hey, Key.
I made that word up.
To me, it come off ignorant that you don't do no research. It's come off ignorant and it's lazy. It's like a irresponsible reporter that Smitty don't know who the fuck Dr. J is. That's really what the sad part is. Like, your generation won't go research no shit. That's the problem. Don't try to put it on me and say you're jealous. Nah, she ain't jealous. She saw both eras, Key. I saw Roger Clemens and Nolan Ryan and Otani. Now I can make an educated guess on who I like, right? Or an opinion. Yeah. Smitty ain't seen Roger Clemens, Nolan Ryan.
JB, hold on. So, OJB, so let's make no. So if that's the case, don't talk shit about no fucking. You didn't see Bill Russell. You didn't watch fucking Will. You didn't watch Jerry West. So let's keep that same fucking. Nah, shut down. Keep that same energy. Don't talk about nobody before your era. What year was you born? 79? If it's before fucking 79, I don't want to hear it. Don't say shit because you didn't watch it. If you didn't watch the era, don't hear about it.
Hey, Key, this is the thing. I've watched film. I've seen it.
It wasn't even no film. Stop you capping right now. They didn't have film. Where the film at? Show me the film. Show me the film.
Who's coming out of the? I know you guys are, in NL and all that. Who's coming out of the AL this year? I know you were a Yankee last year. Who's in the AL that's scary?
I think the Yankees are scary now. Like they loaded up, and I think they're still trying to add some pieces over there too. So they're scary. The Texas Rangers, they won it all last year, and I don't see anybody in that division taking that from them. So
really,
I feel like they got some good action too. Yeah, there's a few teams in the AL that I think got some action.
Can you argue baseball is at one of its highest points in the last century?
I believe so. Like, I don't know how everybody else feels, but I know for me personally, none of my homies, they're all hoopers back home. And last year, even when the World Baseball Classic was going on before the season started, I had all my boys hitting me up in the group text talking about, you watching this game? So, I mean, like, even just my friends started watching it more than they ever have. So I feel like baseball's in a good spot right now.
Yeah, I think so too. I think you guys are headed in the right direction. Talent's at all-time high. You got all this, the rules change and all that. People can make their opinions that never played on all that shit and everything. But listen, the bottom line is the money's at an all-time high, the generational wealth's at all-time high, and the talent's at all-time high. I got to ask you that, though, before you get out of here. Speaking of that, so especially inner city brothers, real Black Americans, is there still a decline in baseball players coming from inner city? I know Compton College, when I was there, I think we talked about it. They created a Major League Baseball for inner city. They tried to get more black kids involved, especially from the inner city. And it seemed to just bring more Dominicans, more Puerto Ricans, more, people that are ignorant don't understand. Like, those aren't kids from Compton and Portland and Seattle and fucking Watts and Detroit. Like, those aren't those kids. What is Major League Baseball making a conscious effort, or are the players pushing for that, or are you guys getting it, or is it still kind of like a struggle?
No, it's something that baseball, I feel like, has picked up on, at least since I've been in the league. Because since I've been in the league, there's a thing called the Players Alliance, and they even come around in spring training every day. Darrell Boston, who was he was our first base coach last year for the White Sox, he came and spoke I think it was on Saturday. He came and spoke to us. And it's just about that. It's about, like, I know for me, I donate my salary for Jackie Robinson's Day every year. I donate my salary to the Players Alliance, who helps go out and do that type of stuff for inner city. The funds they need to play Little League, stuff like that, making sure that the fields that they play are kept up. They were talking about how whole fields have been built because people just don't have the resources to fix it. So the Players Alliance goes around and does exactly what you were just talking about. And that's been around as long as I've been in the league, maybe before I was in the league. But I know that it's a huge thing right now, especially for all the brothers to stay linked up with their communities and just with each other within the game.
No doubt. Smitty, you got any last questions? Are you trying to still argue and shit?
No, I don't want to argue no more. I'm a little tired, man. I caught my breath. It's funny, like, there's moments during the show where my mind and JB's mind will like connect, like pause. Right. And somehow we have the same thought process. And like, I was literally about my last question for you was going to be like, how can we get more black people to start playing the sport? Like, because I remember I was a young kid, rest in peace to my grandfather. He would be the one, he would be sitting like in his like rocking chair. He had like a stress. He had his little stress little ball he would always have for some reason. And he would be watching baseball just all day. And that was like my first memory as a young kid, like just seeing somebody be a real fan of it. But growing up, as you know, like a lot of us, we either hoop or play football. And that's just what it is, And especially when you're growing up poor, it's easier access to just find a basketball and go find a basket. You can create your own basketball court. So I'm just wondering, how can we get more of us just in the sport? And I guess, like you're saying, it's the Player Alliance, it's going out to these communities, it's things like that. I think the more that we invest in these communities, the more access and the more aware that young black people and black kids will be of the sport. Because if more of us play, man, it'd be so much even more talent, in my opinion.
Absolutely. Yeah, I feel like the struggle is in that. It's just like, I remember when I was a kid, Dontrell Willis was my favorite baseball player, just because he was a brother. He pitched, and when he did he hit home runs and stuff like that. Stuff was attractive to me, even back then when I was a hooper, when I was a football player mainly. Like when I was a little kid, I liked being like him because he pitched a different way. He hit homers, he threw hard, he did all, but he looked like me. Is why I really liked him. You know what I'm saying? I didn't like everybody else who did the basic things that didn't look like me. I didn't like them. I liked the guy who looked appealing to me and that I felt like I could relate to. So I feel like the more of us that are out here and put ourselves on this platform and use this platform, that's another way to get more kids out to want to be like us or to just get out of their area or get out of a bad situation.
And it's hard, dog, because look, bottom line is Tiger Woods did it in golf, and they got 25 years ago, a kid that grew up 5 minutes from my school. We played each other in high school. You got 3 or 4 brothers on tour now. Like, you would think there would be hundreds. There's 3 or 4, and that was maybe the most popular athlete in the world, Tiger Woods. So I can't imagine how hard it is to push the narrative and get
golf is even harder of a sport to get into because it's such community and like you gotta make the club. You gotta know what I mean?
Ties. Yeah, you gotta have ties to get out there and hit the links every day. You gotta like know somebody at a country club. Like most people don't have the money to go out there and play like that.
Yeah, it's wild. Key, what you guys today? You chilling with the fam?
Yeah, we're about to go to a birthday party. I'm on a Target run right now, and I gotta go get a present. And then we're going to go to a birthday party and I think a drive-through safari if it stops raining. And that's it. We're going to watch my high school kids tonight. kick back and make sure I'm ready for that. So that's what I'm really thinking about all day. I've been thinking about. I have an off day, and I woke up at 6 o'clock this morning thinking about this damn basketball game.
Damn, that's what I'm talking. That's a coach. You about to coach?
Right. No, straight up, right? Straight up.
You coaching? You gonna be a coach?
Oh yeah.
Hey, much love, dog. Can't wait for next week. We get closer to the season. Kicking off and opening day. Can't wait, and can't wait to see you in action all year long. Tell the fam I said what's up, and we'll see you next week.
All right, y'all.
All right,
Peace.
Keenan Middleton, clap it up. Big Matt McChesney's here. Matt,
bring him in.
You want to tell? All right, hold on. I was gonna do a thing real quick.
The numbers is popping right now. I don't even want to. I'm scared to even. You know what I mean? Take a little break. The motherfuckers is popping. We ain't never had this.
Well, let's bring Matt in. Matt don't have a Matt's Monsters today. We're gonna talk about a lot of other things. Matt, we're gonna take Matt. We got a new system to take live calls.
Matt, look up.
Who the fuck are you talking to? You better watch your motherfucking tone with me, son.
JB, I knew I was gonna piss him off.
Shit's so fucking grainy.
God damn, son. Grainy. What are you talking about?
Your shit look like a 80s porno.
I kind of like it though. It fits Matt's persona. Just his badass. Got the skull on the hoodie with the glasses. It's dark.
It looks fine on my end. Do I need to do it from a different computer?
Nah. Maybe it's just my computer. Smitty, he clear to you?
Nah, it's a little grainy, but I mean it's all good.
Let's go. We like Matt grainy.
I like it grainy. You good, man? You good?
Log off and I'll do it from a different computer.
Nah, you good, man? Let's do it.
We like Matt grainy. Matt, we got a new segment. We take phone calls, Matt, live.
Well, Bailey, is this going to be able to be clipped, or is it all fucked up and grainy?
Oh yeah, good point. Matt's producer side coming in.
All right, I'll log off.
All right, try it.
This new computer. It's awesome. I'm great. This is awesome.
I know you love this. Matt hates technology.
Matt said, "What the fuck, man, Bailey? Do I have to? Can we clip it off, or will it be grainy? Fuck." I'll start it.
We got 1,700 in here.
You sound nervous right now. Let's take some calls right now. Fuck it. Let's get the 2,000 real quick, JB.
I don't get how the phone calls are blowing.
Because they like hearing our answer. They like to talk to us. You be so scary, and
I don't get the algorithm.
I don't get the algorithm.
I said that as 2 words and shit.
You did the algo and the rhythm.
Hey, what's the phone number? 213 IG. You want to call in and talk to us live? 213-721-5528. Put it on. Put it right there on the ticker. 213-721-5528. Become a member today. I guess the. Here we go. Let's see.
Here we go.
Let's see.
Don't forget the 1 at the beginning.
Boom. There we go. Let's see. What up? Coach JB Show with Big Smitty, you live.
What's up, Coach JB? This is Latrell. What is it going to take to get you back coaching?
Latrell. I don't know. A lot of money.
I respect it.
Hey, I love you, boy. I hit you.
Latrell, my guy.
What up? You live on the Coach JB Show with Big Smitty.
Yo, this is Millbest coming at you. Hey, question. Did you see that clown from Texas Tech about, I don't believe in Planet?
No, I haven't seen that. I haven't seen that, but I'm going to find out. Appreciate the call. What up? You alive with Big Matt McChesney, Smitty, and JB. What up?
What up from Arizona out here, Coach? Longtime fan of the show. I was wondering what you thought of Kenny Dillingham having a plus 500 season out here at ASU.
I appreciate the call. Kenny Dillingham's a good friend of mine. Obviously, been around him for a long time. Youngest head coach in college football, I believe, right now. I think he's going to have some success out west, and especially going into the new conference. So, Matt, what do you think, Matt, about that one?
I like Dillingham a lot, and he's going to be on my show down the road here on 0 to 60 as well. I know you'll probably have him on as well. But Kenny's spry. He's young. The players love him. That's his alma mater. I don't know if he'll be plus 500 next year moving into the Big 12. I don't know the dynamics of the team from the in and out in that perspective, but I do know that they play hard as shit for him, and he's the kind of guy that can turn that place into.
Hey, what up? What up? You're live on the Coach JB Show with Big Smitty and Matt McChesney. Go ahead.
It's your boy F.A. again. Got a question for all three of y'all.
Hey, F.A., I got a question for you. Homeboy,
Okay, what's up?
we had a guest on. That's why it's changed. Smitty want to argue like we are alone on the show, and you got a whole dumbass following in the chat to talk shit. Slap dick. All right, go ask your question.
Hey, y'all are all experts in football. So I want to know from quarterback, O-line, and D-line perspective, how is the game changed in terms of players' techniques today compared to back in the day?
Matt, let you answer that, Matt.
Matt's the real expert.
I mean, the only thing we can't do in the NFL is chop. I mean, other than that, the trench hasn't really changed that much, and it never will. You can't change the fundamentals of offensive and defensive line play and still play football. So the skill players can be guarded, and we can take care of their brains. But if you can't change the fundamental, double teams and pull.
What up, Coach JB Show with Big Matt McChesney and Smitty? Go ahead.
Who is it?
All right. Firstly, you can't type in the 1 if you're from the U.S. or the number won't work like those two dipshits were. I wanted to ask, what's the transition been like from being a coach to a player to now being, the host of a show, the co-host of a show, and hosting your own show with Matt?
Oh, that's a good question. Appreciate the call. Matt, Smitty, I don't know. We all played. We all transitioned now. We're all doing social media. We're all doing whatever they call it. Influence. I don't know. What content? What do they call it?
Creating.
Content creating.
It gives me cringe vibes, Matt. I feel cringy when I hear that fucking word and term. Just like
creating?
Creating?
No, like content. I don't know.
What would you call it?
I don't know. Fuck. I guess that's what it is. I call it what it is, but fuck, I hate it. We got a Florida caller calling. Let's take the call. What up? You're on the Coach JB Show with Big Smitty and Matt McChesney.
Yo, what's good, Coach? I just got one question for you.
Yep.
Hey, so this upcoming draft, who do you think is the best quarterback in the draft, and who do you think is the most overrated quarterback in the draft?
Appreciate your call. Matt, the most overrated, we'll start there. I'm going to go Caleb Williams. The best quarterback in the draft.
Caleb Williams.
I'm going to go, that could be a very, very true statement you just made.
Dylon.
Yeah. I like Jaden Daniels, but I think the guy that I've talked about having the longest career in the NFL will be a role-playing journeyman, and that's going to be Sam Hartman. I don't think he's going to be the best quarterback. He's not the best skill set guy, but I can see him being a Fitzpatrick, Matt, a journeyman, Minshew, somebody like that, and I think he'll be in the league longer than Caleb Williams, at least on a roster.
Well, it's Sam with that hair and running that 40, looking like Braveheart out there and shit. Give this man a sword.
The ladies love him, man. I had on adult film star Rochelle Ryan on the show. We're gonna drop the episode tomorrow, and she rated him as her number 1 draft pick of 2024 that she would let smash, or she would smash. She's already in his DMs. So the ladies are loving the Sam Hartman. They say he looks like an older, like a mature man because he has the beard and the hair. They love him.
Oh, shit, your show sounds fun, bro. What's going on your fucking show?
I'm gonna have you come on the porch too, man. I'll hit you up offline. I'm gonna have you as a guest.
I mean, shit,
It's gonna get crazy though. I'm gonna let you know now. So,
hey, if you want to call and talk to Matt McChesney, 60 Academy, call in now. 213-721-5528. Talk to Matt live for about 1 more minute, and then we're gonna move on and talk some NFL kickoff rule changes that I know Matt's ecstatic about. 213-721-5528. Here we go. Winchester, Virginia caller. You're live on the Coach JB Show. What up?
Hey, Matt. Who, in your opinion, best O lineman of all time?
Appreciate the call. Matt, hold the answer, Matt. Hold the answer, Matt. We'll take one more call. What up? You're live with Big Matt McChesney. Go.
Fucking Christ. Let me.
What up, guys? Hey,
never mind.
I wanted to know, Matt, what's it like running a business as a former athlete? Because I'm a coach as well, and I wanted to get more info on that from you.
Appreciate the call. Appreciate the call. Matt, hold your answers. We got Hey,
Matt, don't answer. Hey, Matt, don't answer nothing they ask you, Matt.
Hey, Matt, we got 2,000 fucking people in here. My bad. Hey, all
Bailey,
right,
write it down, Bailey. Write it down, Bailey.
Hey, let's stop the call in here for a minute. Matt, I want to get you first of all the first answer, the best O lineman question, and then that question. Go ahead.
Are you sure?
Hey, Matt, we're trying to figure out the kinks here. Okay,
I get it. Bruce Matthews, in my opinion, is the best offensive lineman ever. He made Pro Bowl at all three positions and played for 20 some odd years and first ballot Hall of Famer. He's my favorite offensive lineman ever and the best in my opinion, well-rounded. And then what's it like to run a business? It's cool. I mean, I own three different businesses, and for as much of a pain in the ass it is at times, it allows a lot of freedom, and it allows me the opportunity to do what I want. So 6-0 equipment is booming right now. We're selling bags like crazy, and we're actually down at the clinic this weekend in Denver, and we got a booth and sell some body bags there. And then 6-0 Academy obviously has been flourishing for going on 16 years now, and 6-0 Media is up and on the come up, and the Coach Prime episode was huge, and we got 10-year vet and Super Bowl champion Derek Wolf on tomorrow at the lab down at the facility, and he'll be on at noon. And then Coach Walters is coming up from Purdue, and Coach Dillingham is coming up. And you guys know who Brian Callen is, the comedian? Brian,
name.
Yeah, Schaub's co-host. He was the dude that ran in The Hangover. He ran the 24-hour wedding place.
Oh, yeah.
I do everything for you, man. You can do something for me, that guy.
Oh, yeah, I know him. Yeah, I'm looking right now.
He's a friend of mine. He's a funny motherfucker. So he's dubbed me the bear covered in human skin. So he's going to be on the show moving forward. Yeah, man. So look, running your own business is better than working for some motherfucker. That's for damn sure.
No doubt. All right, Matt, let's dive into back tack. Your boy just hit me up, Smitty. DeQuell Jackson, 2015 Pro Bowler.
Oh, my God.
He's a hell of a player.
What'd he say? He trying to get on the show?
He's commenting on the Caitlin Clark video, laughing.
DQ, if you listen right now, man, I need you on the show. I ain't seen you in a couple years, my guy.
All right, Smitty. Matt, I got to ask you.
Yes.
NFL rule change. I've talked to Derek Anderson on the show yesterday. And then we talked to... Let me see. Hold on.
Couple OGs, man. You see right here, Matt, on the screen. Basically, they're trying to change the kickoff rules to match that of the XFL. Show the video real quick, Bailey. We still got to pull it up. Kind of showing an example. They were pretty much kick from what's the 50-yard line or the 45 or something like that.
They're doing this, so there's actually going to be tackling and the potential for a return.
I mean, kind of, but look.
If we're actually going to get a kickoff return and special teams players are going to play special teams, and
interesting point. Interesting.
Does anybody remember? I mean, I know you remember this, Smitty, but the Colts and Devin Hester.
Yeah.
You remember how fucking awesome that was? The kickoff return, punt returns, those special teams plays that come few and far between, those are really exciting, bro. And it may these days people miss the opening kickoff. They don't give a shit. I remember back in the day when playing on kickoff return, setting the wedge was the most fun I've ever had in my life. Especially in the league, setting the wedge where you can get a 3-man wedge and just run down some linebacker and just take him. That shit was awesome. And I know they got away from it because of the health and safety, but that's all bullshit. This isn't a health and safety game. So I dig this. If they want to take away the big collisions and whatever they want to do to put another potential scoring play on the field, I'm with, bro. So yes, 100% they should do this.
Hey, now listen to this. This is from, I'm not going to say from, I'll tell you later, but these are from some NFL guys. I think it's so dumb. Kicking game would be pointless if they do this. Rosters change. You don't need special team guys anymore if this goes down.
Oh, my God. What
It's
idiot said that?
It's just another defensive play.
Well, Matthew Slater, we don't need any more Matthew Slaters in the
No,
NFL.
he's talking about this particular rule, though, the way they're doing it.
That's ridiculous. Now, look, well, what they do now is pointless.
That's what I'm saying. But there's nobody that they're trying to protect injuries and talk about how health is number one priority. They took wedge breaker out years ago. And now, instead of going back to the gladiator sport that it once was, we're now doing a flag football frenzy by putting everybody face to face and letting the kick returner try to find a crease.
It's better than not having a kick return.
You don't think it's going to hurt anyone?
Yeah, I think when you play football, people are going to get hurt regardless of what's going on.
No, I'm saying you don't think it's going to hurt a roster spot opportunity for somebody that's really willing to go grind on special teams.
You can't grind on special teams anymore. Like it's the kickoff return has been eliminated essentially, unless you got a really shitty kicker or Belichick is directionally kicking. The kickoff team is just guys running through the inline. Punt and punt return are still real. I mean, that's what it is, dog. So if this brings back kickoff and kickoff return, and you actually have to watch the play, and somebody could go score a touchdown more than 1 out of every 1,000 attempts because 9 or I'd say 99 out of 100. I don't know what the numbers on that actually are. I guarantee you there's an analytic on how many fucking returns are actually returned these days, but most of them go out of the back of the end zone or are fair caught or not returned. So I would wonder after the rule change, how many kickoff returns were actually being returned back in the day. And then do you remember the year that they changed the rule?
For the wedge breaker?
Not just in general.
I don't know.
I think it was 16.
So like right here, this will most likely end touchbacks, just looking at the comments. It will allow 82% more returns. I don't know if this guy's just talking shit or if that's a real number. It's just that's what I'd be. I'm not. Look, this doesn't look like the coolest thing in the world, but I would rather see a football play than a fair catch.
Me too. And I don't pay attention to analytics at all. I hate analytics. I don't want to talk about analytics. I think it's
but it is pertaining to this issue. It is having.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to talk about the numbers, like as far as what ball was caught and who ran and how many times, I bet you how many kickoff returns
rule change anymore? 20%. Rule change. There's numbers, and post rule change, there's numbers, and that's how you compare and contrast to see which one works better. So you may hate analytic. You hate fucking everything. Of course you hate analytics.
But that ain't analytics, Matt. That's data. That's statistics.
Well, you brought up analytics, dog. I just brought up the fact that there's two different things.
No, I get it, but that's not analytics as far as what I look at it as and view it as. I view that as statistics. I agree with that. I agree totally with that. I'm talking about analytics in a game, like when to go for it on fourth down. That's totally different analytics, in my opinion. This is statistical data that we have to do. Yeah. That's doing a report and doing an investigation and some research, like tell Smitty every day.
That's all I'm saying.
That's what I agree with that. I'm talking about the analytical side of things, which is being used in games by guys wearing capri pants and shit. That's what I don't like.
Who's that a shot at?
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't know that.
Daniels, huh?
Hey, Matt, so let's talk some free agency real quick before you get out of here. And we got Sean King joining us, former NFL quarterback. Let me ask you, Saquon Barkley, free agent, where does he land?
I think he ends up in Houston from what I'm hearing, but, I think Saquon would look really good in a Chargers uniform, bro. I really do, especially in that offense. I think Eckler and him, if they could find a way to keep both of them, because Eckler's going to be a free agent too, I think they could be pretty nasty back there with the Chargers and Harbaugh in that scheme. But I think he'll end up in Houston and just add to that backfield. But honestly, Saquon's a good player. No one's saying he's not. But he's just another guy, bro. He's not I wouldn't be breaking the bank to sign Saquon Barkley. He's probably not going to give you all 17 games. On top of the fact that he's a good player, but I don't know if he's this world-breaking, dynamic, like just guy that's going to come in and just solve all the problems.
Another guy that comes to mind, there's a lot of running backs that are free agents right now. Derrick Henry. Any thoughts of where he might go or where you think he should go?
Now, Derrick Henry is a hammer, and Derrick Henry is a first ballot Hall of Famer, and Derrick Henry is the man. I love Derrick Henry as a player. If Derrick Henry ends up in Baltimore, watch out. But honestly, look, if I'm the Kansas City Chiefs and I want to add another wrinkle to the way that they play, I would be like, they already run the shit out of the ball, right? They already do a good job with Pacheco. I love Pacheco as well. But can you imagine the 1-2 punch of Pacheco and Derrick Henry in the backfield and like having the ability to go out there and put both of them on the field together and then like ride Derrick Henry, and then he doesn't have to take 30 carries a game. He doesn't have to be just the bell cow, but he can just be the guy that goes out there and just gets you good yards, especially in the playoffs. So those are two of them. But then, I mean, looking at Tony Pollard's a free agent in Dallas. He's not probably going to be back there. And if he does, it's going to be in a third down role because they figured out he's not that guy. The Cowboys need a hammer. Like Derrick Henry should be the most coveted running back free agent. I love that guy as a player. I know he's had 1 year of injury, but until then, he got hurt like week 7 and he had 980 yards when he got hurt in week 7 or some shit. So I know there's probably a lot of people that don't like Derrick Henry. And yeah, the money situation is a thing with a lot of these teams, but the cap just jumped $30 million. The economics in the NFL are fine. Again, if you want to sign somebody, you can find ways to manipulate the salary cap. All you mental cripples over here that seem to think that you can't sign people, you can find ways to manipulate the salary cap these days and pay people up front and incentive base it, especially when you're looking at a team that is primed to make another run. I guarantee you King Henry wants a ring. So,
Hey, Matt, let's play a game real quick.
Want to play a game?
We just mentioned Derrick Henry and we mentioned Saquon. Let's take them out of it. J.K. Dobbins, free agent. Chargers or Cowboys? Go.
J.K. Dobbins, the running back from Baltimore?
Yeah, these are all running backs. Yep.
Yeah, I mean,
he gets hurt all the time.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't know. I mean, if I'm looking for the next running back, it'd be Josh Jacobs for me.
All right, so Gus Edwards, you don't like him in either a Charger or Cowboy uniform.
I think Dobbins will be in the second or third wave of free agency. I think Josh Jacobs is a premier piece in free agency.
All right, we're going to get to Josh. Let me ask you this. A.J. Dillon.
Now, I like A.J. Dillon. A.J. Dillon's a big bruiser. I mean, he should probably really think about going back to Green Bay. They don't like him at the number he's at, but they do like him. I don't know if A.J. Dillon is going to just walk in and be a starter somewhere.
Do you like him in Baltimore?
Well, not as much as I like Henry. I mean, Baltimore already has Gus Edwards too. So A.J. Dillon's a good player. I understand that you're saying King Henry can go there as a hammer, but I don't want Dillon. But they have Gus Edwards. It's kind of contradicting a little bit. But Derek, or let's be real, bro. King Henry's different. He's different. A.J. Dillon's is a good player. Derek or King Henry is a fucking first ballot Hall of Famer. You add him, Gus Edwards is going to be like, fuck yeah, let's go. So I think add Baltimore, Gus Edwards is going to go, why'd you just sign me?
All right, Zach Moss, best landing spot.
Look, did a really good job last year with the Colts, man. And I can't sit here and act like he's like this dynamic piece, but at the same time, he was pretty fucking good. Pretty good. So I think he'll be a very coveted piece. That's for damn sure.
Minnesota, maybe, because Minnesota just dropped.
They got rid of Madison. I know that they dropped Madison. So if you're looking for Moss, he doesn't want to be in a situation again where he's killing it, and then they sign old boy, and all of a sudden his carries fucking plummet. That as a running back, when you're putting that kind of fucking numbers out, and all of a sudden you just get cut off, that's got to be pretty frustrating.
Hey, Matt, I got a guy that I like a lot, and I would take if I was running an offense in the NFL. Free agent DeAndre Swift. Where you like his landing spot?
I think he'll be back in Philly, to be completely honest with you. I know he's a free agent, but a lot of this is not wanting to pay guys what they want on the open market, letting them go test it. He was really dynamic in that offense, man. And I know Philadelphia rotates running backs in and out, but I think this guy really established himself with the Eagles as a pretty damn good player. And if that doesn't happen in division, I think the Giants, Cowboys, and Washington could all go after him and try and pluck somebody from a division rival.
All right. Here's another one I like in free agency. Austin Eckler. Best landing spot. I would try to keep him, but that's just me. I don't know what
absolutely try and keep him. Look, Western Colorado product. Eckler's, just a working blue collar sumbitch. That kid is an absolute stud of a player. The Denver Broncos, bro. They've got McLaughlin. I like that kid a lot, but he's not Austin Eckler. And last year, their big back from North Carolina didn't come back from the injury the way he should have. And damn well that Peyton likes a little variety in the backfield. He's always got a plethora of backs. So not only that, but Taysom Hill is a fucking free agent too. And the Broncos need a quarterback. And I don't be surprised if Taysom Hill is a fucking Bronco and he's taking starter reps this year while they bridge into drafting Shedeur Sanders next year.
Taysom, it could be a cool little, him and Sean Payne already got that relationship. Obviously knows how to use him, bring the most out of him. That's a good point. I didn't think about that.
You can turn it into like that run first offense, little Tebow-esque, but he can also throw the ball a little bit and just control time of possession and lean on a good defense and try and mitigate the coming disaster in Denver, because this next year in Denver is going to be shitty.
All right. Tony Pollard. Cowboy, I think a lot of people expected more from him when Zeke left, and it was going to be his show. He kind of underperformed, if you're asking my opinion, but so did the Cowboys. So at the end of the day, it's kind of par for the course. Where do you like Tony Pollard going?
Look, I like Pollard as a changeup back. I don't know if I like Pollard as a starter. He was real good when Zeke was there. He was real average when he wasn't. What are the Cowboys going to do at running back? They're just going to let this cat leave. So, again, he probably is the best fit for Tony Pollard is probably just staying home. But he'll be a commodity, that's for damn sure. He's especially like looking at a team, let's say like the Rams, okay? The Rams love throwing the ball out of the backfield. He's a very versatile scat back type player. They've already got – who was that kid this year? McKinley?
Something like that. I know you're talking about.
The rookie that came in and absolutely balled. So that's the other thing. A lot of these free agent running backs are going to be on the outside looking in too, because it's a replaceable position. It's a draft replaceable position. So rather than paying one of these cats an exuberant amount of money in the free agency world, they might just want to sit back and be like, okay, let's see what we can do with these rookies, and if they struggle, we'll dip into the free agency market and the extension of the practice squad and being able to be on it forever and being able to be paid whatever the franchise wants to pay you on the practice squad. That will allow some of these guys to have jobs when they don't. Like Fournette's been practice squatted, and Le'Veon Bell was practice squatted, and Jason Pierre-Paul, I know he's a defensive end, but he was practice squatted and shit. So there's different ways to manipulate your roster these days.
All right, we already talked Saquon. We already talked Derek. Where is Josh Jacobs going, his best spot? If I'm a Raider, I'm trying to keep him at all.
Raiders! He is the Raiders, dog. He's the offensive equivalent of Max Crosby. And I talk to Max all the time. Max is my guy, and they want to keep Josh Jacobs. And you need to keep Josh Jacobs if you're the Raiders. And go find a way to draft Jaden Daniels, and his best fucking friend in the world will be Antonio Pierce running the ball with Josh Jacobs and him going the fuck off. I love watching Josh Jacobs run. He is an absolute animal, fucking animal. So if he's not going to be a Raider, he is the biggest Bronco killer of them all, bro. Like if I could take two guys, I wouldn't be like Mahomes is we can't take Mahomes from the Chiefs. But obviously, that would be my first pick, right? I would be like, okay, if I could take any team in division and take their best player, I would take Mahomes from the Chiefs. But if I can't do that, I'm taking fucking Crosby and Jacobs off the Raiders and putting them on the Broncos because all they do is just mop people up in division. And look, Josh Jacobs would look real, real good in orange and blue.
All right, a few more before you get out of here, and I got to get your thought on one thing before you leave. Seahawks cut Jamal Adams and Diggs. Where do they land? Are they making room for, say, a Patrick Queen?
Jamal Adams is lucky if he gets a job.
I agree.
Jamal Adams looks like an offensive lineman in that picture right there. I mean,
I agree.
God damn, dog. So I think he's really, really, showing everybody his true colors here, being kind of a lazy piece of shit. I think Diggs will definitely spot up somewhere. He's a good player, but I think Jamal Adams is probably done.
The Jets came out and said we don't want anything to do with them. All right, so last thing, I got to get your take on this. Well, there's two things. First of all, if I just said this name, I want a one-word answer from you on what you have to say about him. Jason Kelce.
Oh, man. Jason Kelce, icon, bro. Hall of Famer. Like, his speech was incredible. Play some of this, dude.
More fulfillment off the field than it does on. We've had a great run, Kai. I am a product of my upbringing. I think one of the best things a person can be in this world is a father. A father who is present, loving, devoted, just may be the greatest gift a child could ask for in our society. And I have a damn good one. My father...
Hey, I don't know if people understand Smitty as a former coach and a player, and then I think Matt as a player and a lineman. When linemen give speeches, it's different because skill players, let's be honest, they're a bunch of fucking shitbirds and slapdick. Linemen have an investment in the game that's like no other, and you two are linemen, so you get it. And you hear a former lineman talk, especially at a retirement speech, it's different. It just is. It always has been. When I send my players off, my linemen off, getting scholarships and shit, it's different than a skill guy. It just is. I can't explain it really. It just is because I think the investment is so much greater.
Yeah, no. I mean, to play the position itself is just you got to tap into a certain space that's just almost like not human, like in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? And when we're all on the same mission, excuse me, the same goal, we're doing this grind together, going through hell together. It builds such a tight-knit bond. Every locker room I've been in, the O-line was like this. Like, even outside of the football field, whether it's them hanging out at parties, if it's pregame meal, they're all together, chugging, seeing how many clown chowder bowls they can eat, how many beers they can drink at a party, like little stuff that at the time it might have seemed little, but in hindsight, I look back, I'm like, well, it was all about just community and being a unit. Same thing with the D-line. Like, we had each other's back like no other. If someone was going through something off the field, the brother was going to pull up and have a back. So I do agree. Not saying receivers and other groups don't do it. It just, there is a little different feel for whatever reason when it comes to the linemen.
And look, this is the last thing I'll say before I get off here, and I'll be back on Friday morning. I've got a lineman on my show tomorrow, and Derek Wolf, and we're going to talk about Kelce and another animal out there that put in 10 good years and got himself a ring.
Cincinnati.
Look, man, I'm looking at the chat here, and there's a lot of folks that are giving him praise, and then there's a lot of fuckboys that are talking shit like it's wrong of him to cry and be emotional. I'm sorry that you don't care about anything to the point that drives you to tears. But I'm a crying son of a bitch. I drop tears almost every day, whether thinking about my kids or my family. He's talking about his father. My father's passed. He was a huge part of my life, and being able to play and see him seeing me achieve my dreams. I take that with me every day because he's gone. So him talking about his brother in the press conference, and I've had two brothers that are gone, and being able to see them, being able to have the experience of them watching me play and all those things, like the I have this vivid memory of my brother, you know, in the stands at the Monday night game when I was a rookie, and 7 months later he passed. So the football is bigger than just a ball and lines and us bullshitting about it. He met his wife in Philadelphia. He started his family in Philadelphia. Without the Eagles, there is no little Kelces. You know, without the Jets, there is no little McChesneys. Like that's where it started. So it's football's big, man. And I wish that people could understand what drives the emotions here, why we care so much, why we're so vocal and hardcore on this show at times, and why we're so, you know, why we're so vulnerable at times as well. It's what this is. So I love the game. I love what it allows. I love that it allows just a regular grunt to go out and become a superstar like Kelce. It allows us the platform that we have, you know, without playing and without having the backboard of football. I think that, you know, your opinion is a little less, it holds a little less weight. And I Kelce and the brothers and, you know, the brother dichotomy in the NFL with the Long brothers and the Matthews brothers and the Matthews family and the Harbaughs and the Kelces and all these other football families, the Mannings. It's what it's all about, man. And the retirement speech was incredible. Jason Kelce is a first ballot Hall of Fame player, and the Hall of Fame speech will be incredible. But just it really hit me right here, bro. And I appreciate that man going up there and being vulnerable and showing that side of it, because look, if you played this game and the last time you got to suit and you knew it and you weren't crying like an absolute just child, then bro, I'd question whether or not you should have been playing.
Yeah, I agree. Man, we appreciate you always. Matt is keeping it real on the Realest Show on Planet Earth. Follow 60 Academy. Follow Matt's podcast every day right after this, 0 to 60 pod. He's live on YouTube right after this show. And he always has great guests. Go watch his Deion Sanders Coach Prime interview last week. It's on his YouTube channel as well. Big Matt, we'll see you Friday morning, and we'll do some Matt's Monsters.
All right, brother. You guys have a great day.
All right, peace. Hey, from one legend to another, we have a former NFL quarterback and a legend in my eyes. Played at Tulane and had a hell of one of the greatest seasons in college football history. Tulane was it was a real team to reckon with back then. Willie Fritz has since resurrected them. Now he's moved on to Houston. Tulane is again mentioned, but it wasn't mentioned like it was with our main man, Sean King, former quarterback there. Sean, what up, dog? Welcome in. I appreciate you popping in with us.
Hey, man. Thanks for having me.
Hey.
Nice to meet you, my brother.
Likewise. It's Big Smitty, right?
Yes, sir.
Nice to meet you too, man.
Hey, Sean, I that day you called me, you met with my boy Miguel, I think, in Vegas, huh?
Yeah. He was, old LA guys, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, you know he's an original member of the X Clan.
Yeah, he told me that. Yeah, he's a big old dude, man. Good brother, man.
Yeah, he's like I think he's like top 10 world's strongest hands.
Yeah, he got some big old bear claws. But I tell you this, I'm the greatest of all time when it comes to the domino table, and I consistently kick his butt.
Ooh, you guys play? Where are you guys playing at? Is it a lounge or something?
Yeah, we got a private lounge called Tapping Ash there in Vegas. So anytime you're in town, you got to fall through. Either one of those.
Yeah. Man, I've been there a lot lately, too, and I forgot. See, I thought you was only doing your show there, and then I didn't know you was actually there all the time.
Yeah, I'm there 24/7.
Oh, yeah, I'm tapping in for sure. Hey,
I'm there.
Appreciate you hopping in, man. Smitty's too scared to come to the hood in Vegas, but we gonna
JB. Listen, see, Sean. JB never invite. He goes to Arizona all the time with all the high rollers. He goes to Vegas. He goes everywhere. I don't get a call. He calls me to work, but when it's time to play, I don't get a phone call, Sean.
Oh, man, listen.
Hey, Sean,
next time we got you. Next time we hey,
next time I got it. That's always
right.
That's a famous hood. That's some hood shit right there. Next time.
Yeah.
Hey, Sean, let's dive into it. Russell Wilson, where you see him landing at?
This is going to be interesting because Russell kind of had a narrative change that you rarely see when it comes to an elite football player. Russell went from the good guy that everybody loved and adored and wanted to emulate to being one of the most disliked guys in football that seemed entitled, selfish, and self-centered. And his performance in Denver, the narrative behind that could not be further from the truth. I mean, the guy completed 66% of his passes through 26 touchdowns and 8 picks in year one in Sean Payton offense, and they're acting like he's a bum.
Right.
So he's got to figure out how to get the love of the media and the people back. That's more important to me than anywhere he ends up. I think he's a good fit for multiple places. He'll be an upgrade in Pittsburgh. He'll be an upgrade here in Vegas with the Raiders. I think he's got to go somewhere that wants to run the ball, play action pass, kind of have a gritty quarterback. But he got to get back to being Russell Wilson, the football player, not Russell Wilson, the celebrity husband of Sierra. And if he does that, I think he'll be fine.
I'm with you. I'm a big fan. I always have been. I think at his height, I thought he was a top 5 guy in the league when he was at his height. And now he had top 10 numbers last year when you look at it. So I'm like, I think the narrative from mainstream media has just crippled the kid and made him like, oh, he's a shitbird and he's this and he's that. I'm like, well, the numbers don't lie, though. He did what he had to do on a team that had lost Patrick to start the season again, another receiver that people don't realize how much impact he would have on a Judy and Sutton because of that other big body receiver out there who Russell seems to have a continuity with, apparently, and he hasn't had him in either of his years. And then you had a debacle there with Hackett, and then you go get a real competent coach, and you see the difference. And it's only going to get better, in my opinion. But apparently, Sean wants to move on, probably from all the off-the-field shit that we're just discussing. So who knows? But
JB, let me say this: Russell's a cautionary tale that a whole lot of football players better be aware. You know, association breeds assimilation. Whatever environment you hang around, you take on the characteristics and attributes of the environment. And he married Sierra. They look like they have a beautiful marriage, but she's a celebrity. Like, when she goes to a town, it's to perform. The only reason that performance happens is because she's there. He started taking on those attributes, you know, needing this, needing that, you know, having, you know, this. Football not like that. And I say that because Caleb Williams, man, be careful. Because National Football League is going to be the National Football League, whether you're in it this year or not. You know, when Peyton Manning and Tom Brady retired, now, the ratings didn't go down in the NFL. When John Wayne walked away and Brett Favre walked away, the ratings didn't go down in that league. That league is going to be the biggest thing from a professional sports entity that there is, regardless of any individual player. So I just think you have to be careful and remain a football player, even if your brand, at least in your opinion, seems to be growing, you know, at a fast rate. Because, man, that league will chew you up and spit you out real quick.
Yeah, no one or nothing is bigger than the shield. I think everyone knows that. Like you said, the league's going to continue to move on, you know, regardless. Let's kind of transition real quick. I mean, you mentioned Caleb Williams. Obviously, there's a lot of hype around him. People think that he's just the second coming of Mahomes and the next just great quarterback. Skill set standpoint, I mean, I think we all see the skill set, but the thing that concerns me is some of this intangible when it comes to, I question his leadership. I question some of the things around the combine where, again, it's one thing being confident. We want all players to be extremely confident, of course. But if I'm being honest, he kind of comes off a little overly confident, a little cocky almost at times. He's skipping out on the medical exam. He's not throwing at all. He's acting for ownership in teams. He's like, this is the way he's answering questions, just kind of rubbing the wrong way. What's your overall view and take right now of Caleb Williams? And do you think it's a no-brainer he should go number one?
Absolutely not. I think Chicago, at least in my opinion, is doing the organization a disservice if they move on from Justin Fields because of the amount of assets you can get by trading out of number one. Like, you can get so much in return, and there's no guarantee. Like, Justin Fields' film at points is elite. I mean, I can put together a 30-minute highlight of Justin Fields, and it's all him balling.
Yeah.
Now, you got the naysayers and the people that, don't believe he's the answer. And if that's what they decide, it's to decide. But if I was Ryan Poles, I'm not even thinking about drafting a quarterback one because I'm trying to trade that pick. And I'm hyping up Caleb Williams everywhere I go because there are some scenarios, man, where they could end up with 2 1s this year, add a 2, and have multiple 1s and 2s next year, because they could trade down multiple times, because I think this draft is loaded. I don't think you have to take Marvin Harrison, because I think Malik Neighbors and Brian Thomas are really, really damn good. And there are multiple positions that I think have guys that are ranked 4th or 5th that I think are just as good. So we'll see. The evaluation of Caleb, super talented. I think all these guys, when I talk to them, I say, listen, man, you're an elite college football player. You're about to be a rookie that's never had a regular season statistic in the NFL. So approach it like that. You know why.
Your time in the league, when you were in the league, it's changed. Obviously, this money is generational wealth. It's longevity. It's all these bags the kids are getting. Are franchises thinking that way too? By what I mean is, are they gonna cut bait with Justin so they don't have to pay him, and then start over with a rookie and wait 3 or 4 years to pay him? Is that what they're doing now for the salary? I know the cap went up $30 million this year, and I know that the Rams, your former team, the Bucks, the Chiefs, they've all sacrificed and said, screw it. We're going to spend the money to win a couple Super Bowls or win at least one in the Rams case or the Bucks case. What do you see any truth to that at all? Are they saying, oh, we're going to cut you and start over with a rookie? We don't got to pay him that big $200 million, $150 million contract like Justin would probably get?
I think this all has to do with the 2017 draft when the Bears were at number 2 and they took Mitchell Trubisky, and later in that draft, Patrick Mahomes and Deshaun Watson went in the first round. And I think as an organization, they're terrified to have that happen to them twice. So they went on the gamble and look at history in the rearview mirror and say, we didn't want to pass on what potentially could be a Patrick Mahomes-like talent twice. I think all of this revolves around that 2017 draft where they made a huge mistake.
I agree 1,000%. Because in the event that Caleb Williams is as great as the media is portraying him to be, and the Bears did not draft him, oh my God! Everybody up top is getting let go. The Bears won't hear the last of it. The one thing the Bears teams have long needed, and I feel like, in my opinion, was the quarterback. Even some of the great Bears teams, where they're known for having amazing defenses, good running game. They made it to the Super Bowl against my Colts, obviously, in with that 06-07 season. But just the quarterback position is always where they lack that. And I agree with you, Sean. I think they are terrified of the potential of missing out on another all-time great. I wanted to ask you this, man. I feel like right now we're in the era of the black QB, in a sense. Like, this is the most starting black quarterbacks, I think, in the history, if I'm not mistaken. You obviously being an integral part and just where we're at today. What's your views to the overall talent that we have right now, man, of just Lamar Jackson, obviously Mahomes, Dak, CJ Stroud? Like, when you view it, I guess, do you have a feeling of proudness and kind of knowing you were a part of this?
Yeah, because I think my draft class changed the National Football League. In 1999, you had Donovan McNabb, Akili Smith, Dante Culpepper, myself, Aaron Brooks. All of us were in that same draft class. And that was the first time you had that influx of black quarterbacks that all ended up being starters. And it also, I think, was when college football shifted. Because the thing about the NFL, I mean, their feeder system is college football. So they're relegated to select what college football is presenting them with. And you see a lot more, black quarterbacks in college. So a lot of times their options are limited, if you want the best players. But I'm happy for these guys. I'm glad to see guys like Jalen Hurts and, those kind of guys get the big bag. I think it's deserved. And, hopefully we'll continue to not just now have black quarterbacks, but just play better. And what I want to say this too, I want to challenge some of the guys that are playing a position. Stop trying to adapt to what you think the critics want you to be. Like, if you were blessed with athleticism, use it. I mean, it's an attribute that can help your team be victorious. And in the end, no matter what it looks like, the biggest accolades come from the greatest success. Like, it hurts me when I see Lamar Jackson standing in the pocket trying to prove that he's a pocket passer instead of being Josh Allen. One thing you say about Josh Allen, he don't give a damn what it look like. He's going to run the ball. He's going to use his athleticism and size to create issues for the defense. And I want to make sure that that Jalen and Justin and Lamar and all these guys, man, that's a gift, that's a talent, that's an added skill set you have. Don't be embarrassed to use it.
I'm so glad you said that. So glad.
And you saying that as a segue to watching you just now, sitting in the pocket, hitting your fifth step, third step, throwing the ball to a spot, throwing the guy open. I have to ask you that because we don't see that as much no more. Like you hit your stop, you hit your fifth, you threw it to a spot, back home, get you six, you threw it there, you threw them open. Nowadays, it's more hold the ball, spin around, use your athleticness, and get out of a play in what we call ad lib, which a lot of coaches, if you're coaching, we hate to see because there's a guy open and you missed his ass on your third step. And Sean Salisbury and I break this shit down all the time. What is happening with the quarterback position? I don't know if you saw Kurt Warner's take on what's happening in college. I've been on a similar note, and I've been saying the same shit. Like we're seeing so many lateral throws, bubbles, smokes, quicks, nows. We don't see the dig off the second window on an anticipatory throw off the backer's earlobe. And I don't even hear coaches coaching it no more. I hear RPO, the backer sits there, he holds the run game, throw it. Like we've dumbed down the game, which to me, unfortunately, it looks sexy to the novice fan and it looks complex. It's really not. It's dumbed down the kids' verbal, assertion. They don't have it anymore in the huddle. They don't do huddles anymore. Like it's all communicative. Like what's happening from the college landscape, in your opinion? Because I see a bad product being developed.
I think the initial thing that doesn't get talked about enough, not a lot of people in this country actually know how to coach the quarterback position. There are a lot of people that know the game of football that can get on the chalkboard and clinic and explain why this RPO works and where the numbers and the angles are good in the run game. But when it comes to coaching that position, not a lot of people truly understand how to walk in a room and have 3 or 4 quarterbacks that are different sizes, different skill sets, and get them all better. So that's where I think the initial thing starts. Then the game went from an under center game to a shotgun game where people didn't really develop shotgun footwork. So not a lot of them teach, okay, what's the footwork in the shotgun when you're throwing 3-step? What's the footwork in the shotgun if you're throwing 5 ball out versus 5 in a hitch? Then your deep drop back stuff you're talking about with the digs and stuff. Nobody really has taught that. And a lot of times, at least in college football, the coordinator's afraid to have an independent thinker in the quarterback room because all the coordinator wants to do is teach the system. He just wants to teach the system.
And Sean, there's no little nuances anymore where we teach a drop and our lead foot is actually stepping out of bounds on an outcut route.
Right.
We got guys stepping inside where a slant should be stepped at, and you wonder why the ball's behind the guy on the outcut. No one's teaching the little shit with our feet. It's just go out there, catch the ball in the gun. If you go watch a pre-practice at any college in the country,
it's a shit show.
It's unfucking believable. I'm like, dog, what are we doing with the quarterback? The highest paid position in football, the most watched position, and you're the GOAT or the hero position. Like Mahomes right now is ascending to be in the conversation. And then you got guys that we're calling bust because of what we're talking about. Like you go to a bad program, Bryce Young is this close to being called a bust because of where he is right now and the lack of weapons and the lack of structure in that organization. But we're going to call him a bust here in the next few years. That's just the nature of the business. And we're going to call another guy, Patrick Mahomes, who if he was drafted by Chicago, we don't know what we'd be fucking saying. So it's a very fine line, and I think college coaching is just deteriorated. Not only quarterback, but everybody. I mean, line play. If you look at the linemen, I mean, it's just bad all around. I don't know how we fix it, Sean. I think we got to get guys that care, and I don't know if we have guys that care anymore. I think we have guys chasing bags of money, and they don't want to deal with the NIL, the transfer portal, the I guess giving the players more power. They don't like that shit.
I'll be honest with you. It's an easy fix, but I mean, the NCAA just not smart enough to do it. First of all, high school players shouldn't be involved in NIL. Point blank, period. A high school player has not generated one penny for whatever college he's about to be at. So take the high school apparatus and remove it from the NIL situation. Secondly, If you're going to have a transfer portal, tell a kid, if you transfer, you're not eligible for NIL at the new destination. You don't have to sit out a year, but you're not eligible for NIL. And then guess what? Some of these cats will sit still and be developed and turn into like real good football players instead of just running somewhere trying to see where the depth chart, has the least amount of depth and I can get on the field and play in spite of not being accountable or having legit discipline. Those are two easy fixes, guys. Take the high school guys off the NIL and put apparatus on transfer. You're not eligible for NIL if you transfer.
Sound pretty simple to me, man. Straightforward.
Let's talk about Tulane. Willie Fritz, a good friend of mine, just left there. I know personally, and I know there's a lot of bumps in the road there at Tulane as far as academics, getting guys in, top-notch guys, especially with that academic requirements and being private and et cetera. And then you can talk facilities and all that you want. But Willie did a hell of a job, phenomenal college coach. People don't give him enough credit, I don't believe. He goes to Houston, not too far away, a couple-hour drive, actually. What's next for Tulane and the new coach and the hire? And is it going to change? Are they going to say, all right, enough's enough? We can't get the guys we want in here. We're not going to get the LSU guy. And you're making it on top of it. You're making it hard as hell to get in here academically. Has it been that way forever? And that's just the university, what it is. And you're proud of that. I mean, maybe we're proud of that. Tulane's a different organization, different beast. I mean, I don't know.
Well, this is what I think. We'll find out if the success that Willie Fritz had in the last 2 years is sustainable now from a program standpoint. Because I think Coach Summerall's a good coach. He did a good job at Troy. He's been at Tulane before, so he understands New Orleans. He understands the academics. But I think Tulane's successful because they did something that college programs don't do. They had patience. Let me read Willie Fritz's records. 5-7, 7-6, 7-6, 6-6, and then went 2-10. Most universities fire that guy after the 2-10 year. And they didn't. And because of that, everything that he had built, maybe it had manifested itself in double-digit wins, but the culture was there, the direction was there, turned into 12-2, beating USC in the Cotton Bowl, and then 11-3. And I just think programs, when you hire the right guy, you have to understand that sometimes the results from a success standpoint don't happen overnight. It takes time.
Great point. I love it. I wish they would do it. And to your point, I think we see coaches also say, screw it, because of whatever other reason, NIL, transfer portal kids that they work their ass off to get and sign, and then a semester goes by and they're in the portal already and they haven't even played it down. They don't want to compete versus the signing of another guy in their position group. And they're like, oh, fuck, greener pastures ahead. I'm getting out. And then you see a coach say, oh, well, screw this, I'm out. And I think it's just a cluster right now, man. I think NCAA needs a football commissioner. I think there's a lot of things you can change, but I don't know if the NCAA is going to be able to hold water too much longer. I think these Power 5 conferences are going to break out of there and get out of the NCAA altogether because they're not doing anything. They're still not paying players. They're still avoiding that at all costs, but they're the judge, the jury, and executioner. They'll suspend a coach for a burger. They'll let Arch Manning get a $200,000 weekend visit in Texas, but then they'll suspend Chase Young for flying his broad out to the Rose Bowl, but then they won't pay you. They'll say get a collective, and then they'll say you can't transfer here, but you can transfer here. The kid they did in North Carolina was unbelievable.
As Walker, yeah.
5 games. I mean, this is a joke, man. At this point, like when is the team's gonna say fuck it, I'm out? When is that gonna happen?
JB, they made Terrell Pryor look like the worst person in America because he traded tickets for some tattoos or something.
Come on, man.
I remember that. I forgot about that.
That's unbelievable. But I'll tell this, man. And listen, coaches, man, come on. I mean, Kalen DeBoer takes Washington to the national championship game and he leaves. I mean, Washington a big-time program. I mean, so you can't really just point the finger all at the kids. I mean, when is good enough, good enough? I mean, if you're at a Power 5 school, okay, act like you're leaving like Mike Norvell and get more money for yourself and your staff. I get that. But come on, guys. It's getting a little ridiculous, It's getting a little ridiculous. All the jumping around, all the moving. Hell, Chip Kelly left a head coaching job to go be OC.
That tell you something, dog.
What the hell is going on?
That tell you something.
What the hell is going on?
Hey, Boston College, Hafley, he left, went to the Packers. Like, cats are trying to get out. I mean, old boy left, who was it? Georgia State to go be the O-line guy in South Carolina. They don't want to deal with the shit. Like, these guys don't. I talk to them all the time. They do not want to deal with it. Like, I've been told by Power 5 coaches, man, if I can make this same money at Walmart, I'd be fucking at Walmart. Like, that's what's crazy. Hey, Sean, before you get out of here, I appreciate you jumping on. Caleb Williams, overrated, underrated. We do a little segment called Hell Yeah, Hell Nah. And hell yeah or hell nah, Caleb Williams, overrated, underrated?
Correctly rated.
Correctly rated.
like
I'm
that.
curious. Correctly rated is a little gray area.
A little on the fence there a little bit, Sean. A little on the fence.
Because I think everybody acknowledges that the talent is elite. Everybody also acknowledges that there are some, to use a kind term, misunderstandings about his potential leadership qualities and ability to be humble and selfless. I think his evaluation is spot on.
Gotcha. All right. I respect that.
All right.
Hell yeah, hell no. Lamar Jackson will win a Super Bowl before he retires.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Hell no.
Hey, JB, here's why. It has nothing to actually do with Lamar and everything to do with the stability of the Ravens. They're going to consistently have structure, discipline, accountability, and they're getting more elite talent around him. Eventually, they'll break through.
I love it, JB.
I'm not rooting against him. I hope he does, but I just don't. I think and I know at this position, I think you have to make elite throws in elite minutes of the game, and I don't know if he's been able to do that yet. Hopefully, he can.
You know what Sean said earlier, though. Don't run away from what your natural blessed skill sets are. Maybe he don't have to make that throw that the old school cats have to make. Maybe he has to make that scramble instead. Whatever, as long as it leads to wins and jewelry, that's all that matters, JB. I'm so glad Sean said it.
Insanity is also doing the same shit over and over, expecting a different result, but that's a whole nother discussion. Hey, Sean, let me ask you this. Drake May, overrated, underrated?
Overrated.
Yeah. Overrated.
Overrated. He's the least talented of the guys that are expected to go high in the draft. That ball does not jump off his hand like it jumps off Jaden Daniels and Caleb Williams and Michael Penix. And he's a big-bodied guy.
I know.
So he's athletic for his size, but he's not the caliber of athlete of Daniels or Williams. I think he's overrated drastically.
Hell yeah, hell no. And we'll get out of here. Chicago Bears draft Jaden Daniels. Hell yeah, hell no.
Damn, he's my number one quarterback. So if I was there and I was gonna trade Justin, it would be to take Jaden Daniels. But hell no, Ryan Posen I don't believe they're gonna do the right thing here. They're gonna take Caleb and they're gonna put him on the billboards of Chicago, and he's gonna line up next year with DJ Moore and a bunch of nobodies. No offense, anybody's listening to this, but as far as productive NFL careers, they got DJ Moore and nothing else. And don't be telling me Cole Kmet. Come on, get out of here with that.
Darnell Mooney's okay. Darnell Mooney's okay.
Yeah, that's my Tulane guy, but he's like more of he got to be like in a Kansas City type situation.
He's McKill Hardman, right?
Right, yeah. And they don't even got an elite running back. They got the slowest backfield in the NFC.
I so see that.
Man.
But here's my thing about the Chicago Bears.
A lot of free agents are available, though. A lot of free agents are available.
But, Sean, here's my thing. You have the same roster you had in essence, when you drafted Justin Fields, and everybody's bitched and moaned about the talent around Justin Fields. Mm-hmm. Yet you're getting rid of Justin Fields and keeping the same roster that you had, and you're bringing in another rookie and start over with a shitty organizational roster. Make it make sense.
I'm with you.
They made a few additions to the roster this past season compared to the previous year, but it wasn't nothing tremendous, obviously. But people, again, this is why we asked you earlier, Sean, the hell yeah, hell no on Caleb Williams, because a lot of people, they're not worried about his leadership or none of that. They think he is the next great. They're saying he's a mixture of Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers, and then from an athletic standpoint, Kyler Murray in terms of his speed and quickness. They're combining all that. People think that he's that much better than Justin Fields to where he could take this talent and go win 12 games with the Bears next year.
Well, they're gonna be disappointed.
I don't agree with any of that shit.
Because the one thing you got to understand, if I was Ryan, if I had his ear, I'd be like, look at our division. Green Bay got the best collection of young talent in the National Football League. Yep. They're all the same age. They're all playing for big contracts. you're gonna get their best. You see what Campbell's doing with Detroit, and Minnesota's got Justin Jefferson and what's the tight end there? His name starts with an H. Hawkinson and Addison. Like, come on, man, look at your division. You're by far the least talented team in the division offensively.
I agree. Hey, drop where you at. You still got the show going?
No, I'm looking for work right now. You got a job for me? Come on, we got to turn
Man, shit.
The Coach JB show with Big Smitty and Big King.
Ooh.
Hey, if I could get some fucking money,
the King's crown would be his own segment.
Hey, Sean, we need to do a QB. We need to do a coach's Q segment every week on this show. I don't know what your schedule's like, but we could do a breakdown I think we need to break down the college kids entering the draft, and I think we need to break down last year because I got something that nobody has, and that's DV Sport. And I got every single end zone copy, end zone, helicopter, O-line, D-line, every angle, wide, tight, and we can watch every film. I'm about to break the Super Bowl down in distance-wise, and we can dive into the QBs and do it.
I got number free time right now, unfortunately, so let me know. I will say this. Last year, I told everybody C.J. Stroud was the purest thrower of the football I had ever seen in college. I mean, that kid can locate the football every level, every plane, and it showcased itself in Houston. I think Lovie Smith don't get enough credit for how much he had done with that team. D'Amico Ryans inherited a team that was built the right way. I'm telling you this year, Jaden Daniels is the real deal.
Yeah, both of those kids grew up right here down the street from me. Both of my buddies coached both of them, and they said the same thing. They I hope he can gain some weight. I know I had DA on, Derek Anderson, to say what's up to you. He was on yesterday, and he said the kid, he's been around the kid. He said he's got to gain some weight, though, just so he can stay in there and not get hurt like a Bryce Young. And even Bryce is thicker than Jaden. Jaden just has never been able to gain weight for a long, long time. I know AP coached him in college, recruited him out of high school, and he would love to get him. I know they've made some moves there. Are you hearing the same thing in Vegas? I heard they're willing to trade 5, 6, and 7 as far as pick-wise. Do you see them going after Jaden?
Yeah, I think they would love to
Can they get that high, though?
I don't think they have enough draft capital unless they're willing to give up next year's 1 and 2 because they're at 13. So anybody that's up there is going to be falling out of, that top 10. I don't know if anybody in the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 range wants to do that, but we'll see. I'd love to have him here. I think he'd be a great fit. Then they can re-sign Josh Jacobs because now your quarterback's under a team-friendly deal. So we'll see.
Hey, I got to ask you a question before you leave, though. The Tampa Bay Bucs question. You played there. You had a great career there. They signed who I think is one of the most underrated guys of all time in Mike Evans. He's never not had a 1,000-yard season. Good job. You thought that was essential for them to re-sign him? And then who's next? Are they going to be able to get White signed and Levante David? Because to me, those two guys are just the staple of that defense. And I know they're getting older, but those are two other guys that they got to get signed or replace, right?
Yeah, Mike Evans is a great signing. He's a community guy. He's a baller, as you mentioned. I think he's had a 1,000-yard season every year of his career. I mean, and he's done it with a mismatch of quarterbacks. He only had Brady for 3 years, I think. So he's done it regardless of the quarterback. He did it with Jameis Winston, with Brady, with Baker Mayfield. So I think that speaks to his talent. I think I think some of these guys got to make a decision. Like, if you want to take a little less money, I mean, Tampa's a great place to live. You're probably going to be a Ring of Honor kind of guy. So why not just finish your career with the same team? Why go to jumping around now? The one mistake I hope they don't make is paying Baker long term. I mean, you just sometimes like teams sign up for pain. Like it's like last year when the Saints signed Derek Carr. I'm like, why? Like, why just sign up just for mediocrity? And listen, Baker's the same way. Baker's gonna have some good moments, but when it really matters,
nut crunching time, he's a bust.
Baker turns back into Baker. Man.
Hey, we speak the same language, though. We already know we do. That's why we do this. But we got to have that discussion because that's real. I don't know. He's a free agent, and I heard that they're not going to re-sign him.
I would be going after Kirk Cousins if I were them. If they want to make a legit run at a championship, I would be going after Kirk Cousins.
How about the Raiders? You like them with Kirk Cousins?
I do. I don't know what their cap space situation looks like. I know they need to be active from a secondary standpoint, from a defensive line standpoint, opposite Max Crosby. So we'll see where they decide to allocate their money. But the Bucs are a team that's ready-made, you know, in a division that's very winnable. You know, the Panthers, Saints, Falcons, you know, depending on what Atlanta does at quarterback. You know, whereas I think the Raiders are looking, you know, from the bottom up, depending on what Denver does at quarterback. Because, I mean, you got the Chargers now with Harbaugh there. You know they're going to be tough and play defense. Then you got the Chiefs. So,
no doubt. Sean, we got to do it more often, man. I hope you get back out there and get in there. I know, do your thing, and we'll chop it up and see what we could do, man. And hopefully we can get you on once a week or something. I appreciate you coming on today.
I'm down. I'm ready to do it. Hey, nice to meet you, Big Smitty. Appreciate you having me on, JB.
Pleasure,
all right, brother. I'll talk to you. Sean King, everybody, clap it up. Tulane legend, Tampa Bay Buccaneer legend, and woo, this been on fire. We on fire. We still got a lot to discuss. Let's take a 5-minute break, and we'll be back in 5 and take some phone calls. IG Live, Twitter Live. We're on YouTube. Come on over. We're going to give away some hoodies. We're going to take some callers, and it is Work Boot Wednesday. Strap on your hard hat and work boots. We got a lot still to discuss in the next hour. Appreciate you. Take us away, Bailey. Here, this is the infamous one of the palm trees at Ash 8.
Can't fucking believe you. See this fucking belt? You see this? Who just eats a whole fucking palm tree, man? You guys are fucking shitting. Just fucking unearthed the motherfucker. Ate the whole fucking thing. Like, who eats a whole fucking palm tree? Like, you fucking shitting me? Are you fucking shitting me? Now, let's shake now. Who did it? I'm gonna look at the fucking camera. Who fucking did it? Sit down.
Sit down. Sit. Sit down. Now, do we understand each other? Excuse me. There is no more fucking up palm trees. I'm tired of spending all this money, and now I've created a whole fucking barricade for you. So I don't want to have to dig this bitch out. I'm fucking dead. I'm old. My back hurts. I'm fucking stiff as a porn dick. Come here. Sit down. Sit down. Boy, if you don't sit your ass down. Now, you come over here with me. Come on. Here's what I had to do to fucking stop you. And I got a better, beautiful, bigger tree. So now we are shitting in tall grass. Replanted it, bitch. Soiled it up. Put a little trellis in here. Put a bunch of fucking stones. Look like Stonehenge around this bitch. And now, Ash, are you gonna fucking try to dig this bitch out? Are you gonna do this? Are you gonna do this again? So I had to. Ash, remember this? Remember you ate this? Did you do this? He ate once. I put this little moat around it, and just a sitting area. Come over here. We got the flat stick basketball court and driving range. So if I ever want to pull out the big dog, that's our net. All we do is just slap down our driving range, you know. And bam, swing away. And that's where we swing into the net. Jimmy crack corn on this hoop. And here's my RV parking where I park the whips. Let's take you out and show you a few. Out these double gates, I'll show you a few cars. Come on out. So right here, of course, is the bad boy. The last year they made this Cadillac EXT, one of a kind. Can't find these anywhere. And then you come out here, you got the 650i, BMW, rag top, 500 to the rear, white interior. You know, you can't beat it. This is my baby though, my truck. Full sound, custom sound system in both. Top notch, only as I do. And obviously, this is my crib.
All right, that's JB's Cribs. Appreciate you jumping by, coming by. Listen, it's time to go. Now take your asses and get the hell out of here. I'm about to go cook some slapstick tri-tip. It's been a pleasure. Now go home. Peace. Get to look down on the property. That'll do it. Real Coach JB's Cribs. Peace. All right. We are back in the building. What you guys think about old girl that hosted Saturday Night Live? I don't even know who she is. I have no idea who she even is. I never even heard of her before. So I don't know, but she just had her tits out. I don't know who it was. I never heard of her. This show is brought to you by 5 Hour Energy. Take a sip, get you a little hitty up in your step. 5 Hour Energy right here. They're not a sponsor, but they should be. Realest Coach, Realest Show on Planet ERF. Appreciate Sean King, Big Matt McChesney, and Keenan Middleton for joining us today so far in the first 2 hours. Have you heard this guy?
Something I'm not supposed to say. Ain't but two genders. Two genders.
Hey, shout out to that man for standing on business. Yes, we're taking callers. We've been taking calls all day long. Standing on business. I'm voting for that dude. I don't even know where he is. I don't even vote, but I'm voting for that dude wherever he is. North Carolina, I believe. North Carolina. I believe that's where he's at. Smitty is on Color People Time. If you haven't noticed, that's what he does. He's the one that suggested we get back on time 5 minutes after commercial break, and he ain't never on time. It's unfucking believable. Have you ever seen a co-host always late? Have you ever seen it? I have. What up? IG Live. We're about to take some phone calls. Live on the show. So if you guys want to join in, we're going to take some calls here in about 1 minute. Smitty gets back on live. We're live on YouTube for the Coach AB Show with Big Smitty. Join us live. Come on over there and peep it out. I'm going to drop the phone number. All right. Dollface, what up? 213-721-5528 is the call-in number. You can call in live and talk to us live right here like nobody else. So call in, chop it up with us. We've had St. Louis Cardinals pitchers Keenan Middleton on the show. Big Matt McChesney, former NFL quarterback Sean King just joined us. So shout out.
It's been a loaded show, man. Like from the jump, like back to back.
We don't even know who you are,
huh?
We don't even know you. You Color People Time is unbelievable.
It ain't even that, JB. You've been giving out these shitty takes all show long. It made my stomach hurt. I had to go take a number 2 real quick. It was an emergency.
You're live on the Coach AB Show with Big Smitty. What up?
Yo, what's up, Coach AB? Huge fan here. Navy Batman. I'm a huge Chargers fan. Can you tell me why Justin Herbert has most kickballs ever since he's been in the league when he's 6'6"?
Good call. Appreciate you calling in. Said why Justin Herbert has most tip balls, batted balls at the line of scrimmage when he is 6'6". There's a lot of things to that. First of all, it starts with your drop, and it starts with your O-line splits. I don't believe you're going to see that same scenario with Jim Harbaugh. I don't think so. I think you're going to adjust the splits accordingly. He's going to cut down on line games, going to cut down on batted balls, and that's what I do believe. So there is a reason. I think also you get batted balls when you hold the ball as a quarterback. So when you're holding the ball as a quarterback, you also get that. Corpus Christi, Texas in the building. Corpus Christi in the house. What up?
What up, JB? It's TJ again. I called you yesterday about Barry Odom, but this is a draft question. How would you feel if Jim Harbaugh, instead of going after a free agent running back, drafts his own Michigan Wolverine, Blake Corum?
Good question. I'll answer that right after this. Shout out Coach JB Show with Big Smitty. What's up?
What's up, Big Smitty and Coach JB? Who y'all got? Big Ben or Eli Manning?
Woo! I'm gonna go Big Ben. I think Big Ben's overall better, more durable, harder to get down. Got a Super Bowl ring, went to 2. Obviously, Eli had the 2 historical championship rings against Brady in those Super Bowls, but overall career record and talent-wise, gotta go with Big Ben, and he's a MAC guy as well.
Yeah, State College PA on the phone. What up? You're on the Coach JB Show with Big Smitty.
Yo, it's AJ from Pittsburgh. I got a hell yeah or a hell nah for y'all.
Go
Heinz
ahead.
Ward should be in the Hall of Fame.
Say it again.
Heinz Ward should be in the Hall of Fame.
Hell yeah, hell nah. Heinz Ward, Hall of Famer. Good question. We'll get to it. Smitty, I like Eli. I think Eli beat a guy that Big Ben couldn't. Twice.
The overall career record don't matter. Regular season don't matter. Your stats don't all that stuff don't matter.
I'm gonna be honest. Who does Big Ben equate to right now? We'll take a caller one more
Josh
time.
Allen, the Super Bowl.
What up? What up? Tennessee in the house.
Hey, Coach JB, Big Smitty, big fans. JB, I know you talk about Kyler Murray being a shitbird a lot. I still think he's a shitbird, but why does no one talk about Larry Fitzgerald and how he's probably the most underrated receiver in the past 20 years? I mean, no one even talks about it.
Good question.
Good point. Larry Fitzgerald's an amazing football player. I think he's an all-time great receiver. Had a huge I remember that playoff run when they lost against the Steelers in the Super Bowl. He balled out, was carrying that team to victory. I think he's probably a top 10 all-time receiver if I really sit down and wrote the names down. Big hands, strong route runner, and it's a great dude. I know JV's, I think, played golf with him, if I'm not mistaken, a couple of times. So overall, great dude. That's a great question. And to your hell yeah, hell no earlier, I don't want to forget Heinz Ward. Great career. I'm gonna say hell no. I don't think he did enough.
What up? What up? Oh, that guy, Fort Collins, Colorado, dropped.
Hell yeah, hell no, JB, real quick for Heinz Ward.
Heinz Ward, I believe, was more of a intimidator. He was a blocking receiver that would smash you. You can't do that anymore. But that didn't take away from when he could do it, and that was the era he played in. I loved Heinz Ward. I don't know. I'm gonna say hell nah.
You gotta think about it. To me, you're not a Hall of Famer. If you gotta think about it.
But we gotta think about Cam Newton and Russell Wilson too, though. And
I don't think Cam a Hall of Famer though.
Oh, okay.
I think only reason why I think about Russ is because the last 2 years have clouded my judgment. But if I remove the last 3 seasons, this motherfucking Russ was a bad boy for a long time.
Yeah, he was. Hey, who is Big Ben though? Who's remind you of right now?
Right now, the first thing that comes to my mind is a Josh Allen type. Is the first
That's
name.
who he is. That's who he is. So,
but with the ring though.
Exactly. That's my point though. Josh Allen-esque. That was, I believe, was still a thrower first, runner second. But Big Ben wasn't nearly the athlete Josh Allen is. He was just a nasty, stiff arm your ass, keep his eyes downfield, making throws. That's just what I think. But
he reminds me of how I think you played. I haven't watched your tape yet, but the way you explain yourself, I think that's how you would have played.
Yeah, Houston, Texas in the house. What up?
Hey, I want to talk to JV.
What up, baby? What up?
Listen,
Why don't you like football? We all like football. Why don't they play football all year round? They could play every 2 weeks, and that way the players that have time to rebound from injuries or whatever, they have plenty of time to plan for the next game. And if you got 18 games at 36 weeks, then you got time for the playoffs and Super Bowl, and you got everything. You got it all.
Hey, appreciate the insight and the call. We'll answer that question right after this. What up? You're on the Coach JB Show with Big Smitty.
What's good, JB? It's your favorite from the chat, D. Jones.
Oh,
shit. D. Jones, what's good, cuz?
Calling from Duval County. Y'all know what's going on. JB, I need to know, why haven't the Jags fired Press Taylor yet? And when the hell is Trent Baalke going to be gone?
Hey, what about your receiver, the gambler extraordinaire? I heard he on his way out. I heard he on his way out.
We're supposed to use the tag on Ridley and extend Josh Allen. But, of course, Baalke want to fuck it all up. So here we are.
Good
and then
question.
Doug's about to lose his job again over Press Taylor, just like he did in Philly. So, man, they better get it right.
D-Joe, why are you surprised, man? The Jags have been a shitty organization for a long time, man. They make poor decisions. They don't win. Like, this is the norm.
What up? This Coach JB Show with Big Smitty.
What up, JB? Fact or fiction? Caleb Williams is better than Patrick Mahomes right now.
Fiction. All right, that one makes sense.
Fiction. Stop it.
Super Bowl winner.
What up? Quincy Mass in the building. Coach JB Show. What up? What up? What up? You hear us? You hear us, Quincy Mass? What up? Florida's in the building. You hear us?
already know Florida's in the building, Coach. It's Big Wido on the big.
Wido just called in from Flodo. And then let me explain that. What's going on, Wido?
What it is, Big Smitty. It's your boy Wido checking in from the city. If you see me in the club, best believe I'm litty. Got dope today, baby girl. I'm with it. My question, Coach Big Smitty, as a lifelong Atlanta Falcons fan, do I want Kirk Cousins or do I want Justin Fields? Talk to me.
Ooh, good call. Good call. Hold on. We'll answer that right after this. What up? Coach JB Show with Big Smitty in the building.
What's going on, Coach? It's Jonathan from Temecula, man. My question is, how are the Chargers going to do this year, man, with Jim Harbaugh?
The Chargers are going 12-5 with Jim Harbaugh. I'm back on the Chargers bandwagon. Jay Harbaugh's one of the best quarterbacks in the game. They're going to bring in Saquon, or they might draft Blake Corum, like my guy said earlier. Either way, great running back in the backfield, great defense. 12-5. Watch out for the Chargers. Going back to Wido, JB, before we forget, what did he ask?
I have no idea.
Hold on, for real. What did Wido ask? Hold on.
Wido just asked about the Atlanta Falcons.
Oh, Justin Fields or Kirk Cousins? Great question, Wido. I say go with Kirk Cousins. He's the more for sure thing, but Justin Fields will be a culture shot. He would bring out the fans. It would. I'm not gonna say it would be like Michael Vick did, but it would be Michael Vick-esque in terms of the excitement, the culture. He's from there. You know what? The more I'm saying it, you might want to bring in Justin Fields for more of the long-term play. Because I think I'm a believer in Justin Fields. I think with the right system, the right pieces around him, he could be a good quarterback for about 10 years. Kirk Cousins will do better now, like year 1, year 2. But I think long-term, Justin Fields could do a lot for that city, the culture, his home, and can win some games. So I'm going with Justin Fields.
Man, I don't know, man.
I look kind of good with this hat on, don't I, man? Ladies, let me know how I look with this hat on. I'm really not a hat guy for the most part, but I kind of like this with the 2 chains on. Hey, and your boy's standing up. Y'all ain't even know your boy's standing up now.
Hey, I got some BPS for you, though.
Talk to me.
I got some BPS with some WPS.
On UPS, watch it on UPN.
Take a listen to this. I like getting Smitty involved in politics. Take a listen.
Big sigh.
First of all, I'm just going to say this. If I see a black person walking around with Trump mugshot, I'm going to punch him in the face.
Charles.
I know.
Would you let him sock you in your face?
I'm not letting no grown man punch me in my face, regardless of what situation.
Hey, Bailey, do we have the picture of Tyson, the other one I sent you?
I saw that clip, but I didn't get the context. I was at the barbershop yesterday, actually, and they were playing that the news was on the TV, and they showed a Trump clip first, and then they showed what Charles responded. I don't know what Trump said that led to that comment, but
he didn't say anything. That's the thing. He only was just talking about black folks in general and how black folks are starting to turn the tide like Snoop Dogg, and a lot of cats have come and changed their narrative on Trump and different shit like that.
I'm in the community. I'm gonna be real with y'all. Majority of black people still don't rock with Trump. I'm just being honest. Like there are people who switched over, but majority still ain't. It ain't what you think.
I know. And there's a whole discussion in that. That's a whole nother debate, right?
Yeah.
Here's the issue I have though. Like I just would love for him to stay out of that shit. Like you and we don't like doing too much of it. Like I love Charles Barkley. I love when he just talking shit. I like him talking shit.
I'm about to say that this is Chuck. This is him. He kind of reminds me of you. He gonna say what the fuck he want to say. If you don't like it, he don't care.
I'm fine with it. But like I think you got to do some research if you're gonna say something that blatant, because Biden is worse.
But hold on real quick. Time out. Let me ask you this and be real. If he said this exact same comment, but he said, "Hey man, if I see a black person supporting Biden, I'm punching him in his face." I know you personally don't really fuck with Biden, which is cool. Biden.
I really don't fuck with any.
I don't really fuck with nobody.
Me either.
But I know you don't fuck with Biden. Would you say the same thing? Would you have a problem if he said this shit to Biden? It'd be my question for you. And I'm not even trying to. I'm just asking you a question. I'm not even like trying to like argue. I'm just curious.
Here's a question I have for you.
Okay.
To answer my question.
Yeah.
Your question.
From the other question before the question.
Yeah, from the third question.
That called in from the question.
Why have you never heard a cat on mainstream media like ESPN, a major cat, a Stephen A, or any of these cats, come out and say, I'm voting for Trump? Now, this is the reason I'm asking this question. It ain't just Trump I'm asking the question about. You never hear mainstream media, anybody, come out and talk about a cat that's either A, controversial, B, on the other side of popular in the wrong way.
Yeah.
But you see everybody on ESPN came out with Obama, Biden. Like, why is that? Have you ever thought of that? I was thinking about it last night. I'm like, damn, dog, cats really don't go against the grain and be real. And I know for 1,000%, because I've had these conversations with cats at ESPN who work there right now that are straight Trumpers.
Say their name right now. Don't drink your mug. Say their name. I want name like Marcellus Wiley say names and numbers. I need text messages and screenshots.
No, don't go there because you know you work for the man right now. We can't do that.
Don't do that. You say ESPN. You say my boy ESPN.
Yeah, Tyson, Bailey. He was in that video I sent you. It was a picture of Tyson wearing a Trump shirt, and then it said, "Bitch, I'm right here," to Barkley.
Oh, it was like one of them little. But I gotta see it because like it's so much AI now. I don't know what's. I saw AI picture of Trump. I saw AI picture with Trump. Well,
Tyson's a Trump guy.
Brothers behind him like this.
Tyson's a Trump guy though.
Yeah, I mean, Tyson used to fight at the Trump Towers and shit. A lot of people used to fuck with Trump back in the days. It wasn't until he ran for president and some of the stuff, the comments he was saying that were questionable and about Mexican. Like, let's start to switch over.
I'm the same way. Like
puff pass, mom. You good?
I just saw something on Twitter. You smoke weed? You must smoke weed because you hit it. You look.
Yeah, he had a video where he's talking. He's like, man, when I'm fighting my cases and going through my cases, Mike Tyson actually supported me. When everyone was against me and going behind my back, Donald Trump supported me. So I'm going to support him too as he's going through. He said I was not guilty. When they put the charges on me during my time in my case and the whole world was against me, Donald had my back. So that's why I'm going to continue to support Donald Trump in his presidency. and everything that he does moving forward. I love Donald Trump. That's what Mike said.
Clip that, Bailey. I'm sending it to Tyson himself and see if we can set up a scrap.
Hey, Mike Tyson come fight me. Listen, there ain't gonna be no fight. I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna leave it at that. Because Smitty said so. Hey, that's perfect segue. Hey, Bailey a cold-blooded producer, boy. He getting better. Bailey's starting to. I'm gonna get Bailey on in Fox. Keep fucking around. Bailey doing his damn thing, boy. I forgot about that picture. I ain't gonna lie.
I get Bailey.
That's perfect timing, motherfucker. Stone Cold Stunner his ass.
Hey, I don't know if you've seen this either. I want to show you this, Bailey. If you're really that good, Bailey, post this right now. Post this right now. I just said, get it up right now. You can't see Bailey's not that good. He can't get it up that fast.
Hey, JB gonna humble your ass, boy. No matter how great you are, he gonna call you shitty. That's a coach for your ass. You can do phenomenal. I can give the perfect take, and he gonna find a hole in my shit.
Hey, that's a real coach, though. See, these other coaches will kiss your ass, suck your dick, oh, great, you're great. It's okay. You can fail, son. Ooh,
motherfucker swole. Who's this?
Hey, he called out Charles Barkley and said, he said, anyone seen Charles Barkley? I heard you was looking for me. I grew up in the you hit me, I'm gonna hit you back era.
Just because you strong as shit don't mean you can fight, though.
Well, Barkley can't either. We've seen him fight.
Barkley ain't fight. Barkley he can't walk. Barkley gonna come out the
saw him fight in his prime. I saw Charles Barkley fight live. I saw him live in a basketball game get his ass whooped by Bill Laimbeer.
Shaq picked him up too, I think.
Nah, but Barkley held his own versus Shaq. He got underneath him. He got underneath big ass. They're not fighting in basketball, Smitty. You know the deal.
Could you ever let a basketball player beat your ass, JB?
Never in a million years.
Is there any, like even Charles Oakley? Is there any basketball player who could beat your ass?
No, none ever.
Not even Oakley.
No.
Not Dennis Rodman.
No, fuck no.
Not Brian Artest, Meta World Peace.
No.
Not Draymond Green.
No, fuck no. Draymond Green worse than all of them motherfuckers. All right, let's dive into it. We got lots of
dive into what? You know, it's 8:30. Dive into what? We didn't dove into it.
Alabama high school under attack.
Who?
An Alabama high school coach is under attack for having a themed practice day called Manly Mondays. All right. I used to theme my days, Smitty. I themed them out. So we had Turnover Tuesday and Work Boot Wednesday, and we had our coaches wearing hard hats, and then our shirts that you see my brother wear on the show, Jabrown. The Alabama high school coach talks viral Manly Monday video of players learning how to change a tire. This happened a few years ago, and now he has Manly Monday days at practice where they hit, they do Oklahoma, they do real shit that football players used to go through, and now the community and the school is trying to cancel this coach. Like, they praised him for teaching the kids how to change a tire. Now he fucking has Manly Mondays. And now all of a sudden the color coordinated alphabet mafia is going to get involved, and Manly Mondays is no longer a thing. Make it make sense, Smitty.
We should take this whole segment, take his whole idea, and make it our shit. And we start doing Manly Mondays, and we just start talking about a whole bunch of man shit on Monday, starting next Monday. And if he wants to be a guest, cool. But if not, oh well, he didn't trademark the shit. So Manly Monday start next week. We're gonna be in this motherfucker lifting weights and shit with the shirt with the fucking beater on. We're gonna be talking about wow.
Smitty just told everybody he not even hide it. We're just gonna take his shit and then we're gonna use it and just let everybody know what we're doing.
I'm on my Suge Knight, do something about it. This is what we gonna do. Like what is it? What's up?
Why you setting up the whole show?
Cause I got a brand new standing desk. It's a beautiful desk. It's big. I can make it go high, make it go low, and I like standing up because it keeps me more energized. As you can see, I can move around. I can burn calories. Yeah, sitting down for 3 hours it's bad for your posture, your hips. You're just sitting there. Your heart rate's going slow. You're just fucking drinking water, eating food, getting fat and big. So now I'm gonna start staying up for 2-3 hours during the show. I'm burning calories. I'm moving, And this is the type of atmosphere I want when we get in person in studio, JB, so we can walk to the back. We can point at the screen. We can do shit in person. So this is a little taste of what y'all gonna see when we get in person. You feel me?
Hey, your Twitter gaining followers, I heard.
Yeah, my shit boom because I was cooking your ass on that Spaces last night. We might do it again today, right after work, around 3:30 p.m., 4 o'clock. We're gonna explain why try to think of something. Why Lamar Jackson is the top 5 quarterback in the NFL right now.
Yeah, we're gonna talk some football shit to get it to blow up. But you're welcome for helping your Twitter out.
My Instagram blowing up too because that Kevin Clark clip. So appreciate you.
Yeah, I got you. That's what I do. I put people on.
Let's keep arguing and shit and posting this. I think that works. Like when I cook you on arguments and we post this reels, it always works.
You've never cooked me, but I like that the people come to your defense and take your side because I like that. It's not an indication that you're winning. It's an indication that they feel sorry for you. So I want to be clear. So I love it. I love it.
But when majority of people are leaning on my side and saying that I'm right, that's not an indication that maybe there's a lot of truth to what I'm saying. Like there's no signing that. It's like Ella. It's like the allegations when like 100 women say that so and so did this and then the third. They all might not be right, but probably 30 of that 100 probably telling the truth.
We got a racist comment. You want to answer that?
The Greg, can I ask why black dudes wear the hoods indoors? Motherfuckers, we want to. Like, that's the only answer to it. It look good, don't it? Don't I look good? Ladies in the chat, my wife just walked in. Wife, don't I look good with the hoodie on the hat? That's why we do it. We got swag. We the culture. Everything black people do when it comes to style, when it comes to dance moves, when it comes to our music, everybody else want to take it from us. That's a fact. Look it up. That's a fact. Elvis didn't create all those dance moves. You know, we took that from. Come on now, they've been stealing our swag and been stealing our culture from day one. We set the tone.
A
That's
white
what it is.
Flipping our racism to another side of the thing. Nick Swardson, Smitty, I don't know if you know him.
You can meet that thing, right?
Sandler movies. He came out in a comedy to do a stand-up and was loaded, and they canceled him. And the crowd wanted more.
Refund! Refund! Let's go. Who here knows who Norm McDonald is? Let's go. I mean, they turned the lights.
Yeah. And Smitty, they shut the lights off on him, and then they cut the mic on him right now. Watch.
Turned off the spotlight. Dude. When they turned off his mic. This is wild. Now they turned off his mic.
They turned off his mic, his spotlight. Hey, it's a cold business in this comedy thing now. If you listen to Chappelle and all these guys that have done some stand-ups lately,
yeah,
they're so scared of either A, a cat slapping you, B, a cat rushing the stage, and C, the actual comedian doing something that the crowd would actually like being loaded, talking shit, just chilling in the environment that he's in. He is a comedian for a reason, right, Smitty? Like, isn't he supposed to have that fucking leeway?
Funny. Most comedians are high or drunk or something anyway, so just let him do his thing.
I'm still figuring out, like Jeff Nadu came on yesterday and said, like, why TikTok suspends me when I just have an opinion? Like, when did that start becoming a thing?
That's different. TikTok is a social media platform that their primary market is kids and children. Those are the ones who use the majority of it. So they got certain rules and regulations to protect their base. So that's why they're like that. But Twitter don't give a fuck about it. Instagram kind of does, but not to a crazy extent. No, they not.
Instagram's the worst by far.
For real?
Oh, come on. You're talking to a guy who's been suspended 3 times, had 200,000 followers disappear. This guy said, no, they're not. You're wrong.
In reference to what?
To comedians not being able to do. He said he follows This guy said he follows stand-up. I'm making shit. This guy's seriously mad about what I said.
Call in, Quaz. Call in.
Hey, this guy, if he doesn't give you the vibe of a serial killer,
yeah,
I don't know anyone else that does it. Like a pedo serial killer, eat your whole face live on Instagram. Like he'll eat you. Like that's what he does. I get that.
Might be Jeffrey Dahmer nephew.
Yeah, I get that vibe from him. He looks like a fake ass AJ Hawk.
He has a sword collection at home, like just a whole bunch of swords.
Fake ass old AJ Hawk.
He don't use guns though. This motherfucker use like bow and arrows and shit, machetes. Like he wants to feel the death. He don't want to
look like AJ.
That motherfucker will run. He will chase you. Look.
God damn, homie. Some of these cats don't learn. They don't learn. Like, you can never fuck with me in this game. Like, if I was a comedian, I'd kill all these motherfuckers. I don't get it. All right,
hell no, JB. This is the realest show on planet Earth.
Shitbirds in your area broke into the Clippers' new arena. I can't wait to talk to Marcellus Wiley about that. We got to bring him on maybe this week. But I got to ask you, have you seen the video of the Clipper shitbirds breaking in to the arena, filming it live? And you know what I want to know? I want to know, so, of course, we don't know when this happened, so they do it, they film it. I'm not saying there's going to be people waiting and shit, but these are absolute shitbirds in that generation, whatever they call you got that generation. And all I saw on the comments were, "Oh boy, got a shot. He got a jumper." Like,
motherfucker was sinking that thing though.
Hey,
look.
see, black people shit. Y'all defend this motherfucker because he got a jumper, and you won't call it out what he's doing.
No, it's fucked up what he's doing. But I'm like, if you're gonna do it, at least have a jumper though. At least hoop. So it's like, at least it's not a double negative. You know, get a kid a chance. He was a kid doing something stupid. We were 14 years old. He just didn't have no camera. JB, you were out there. I know I got some stories. I saw some of your OGs the other day. I got some stories on you, some shit you was doing. You was 13, 14. That I'm going to keep behind the scenes, you know, keep it in my back pocket. Just because you try to fire me, I'm going to use it and expose you. But, like, listen, a lot of people do stupid shit when they young. I got some shit that I know I did that I would never tell nobody. So this is just another little example. Like, it is what it is. It's stupid, but they're kids. You know, give them a little slap on the wrist, put them on home detention for a little while, whatever. Do something, give them a ticket, give them community service hours, and then let's move on.
But have you heard that these cats have done this at 17 other venues?
I didn't hear that part. You didn't say that.
I know you didn't. I know. I'm telling you, that's what they said. That people investigated the cat, I guess. These kids have been doing this all over, breaking in other arenas and other places too.
So what do you think that we should do? Arrest them for 10 years, 5?
They're shitbird kids, right? And I'm telling you, dog, we need to create a JB camp or something.
JB, we've been doing this show together way too. I swear I'm right hand of God. Y'all know I love God.
If we did a
mind
JB camp,
have been like connecting. It's like a, what's that word? Telekinesis or some shit. We've been connecting lately.
If we did a JB camp live on the show where I get these shitbirds and they're with me and you're on the show, like you're narrating it.
I'm walking around like this.
That's what's gonna blow this thing up.
It's kind of like beyond scared straight, but it's like JB's camp. You got them doing fucking workouts. You cussing them out. You making them watch film. You making them change the oil. All the old school shit. JB, that might be the one. That might be it. Now the question is, do you have access to like 3 kids so we can get a proof of concept? You got 3 homies who will send their kids to your house for like 5 hours. We'll get Rory to pull up, get our camera crew, get my boy Juddy. I'll pull up. I'll produce the whole fucking thing, and we will shoot this shit. And you put them through hell for 5 hours. Shoot it, post it as an individual clip. We'll highlight moments of it on the show, and that's gonna be how we blow this thing up. We cracked the code, JB. We cracked the code.
We could do some, huh? They got to walk my dogs. They got to pick up shit. They got to do my hill, pull my weeds. They got to wash my cars. They got to do some shit around the community. I'm going to take them to the hood, and I'm going to show the video of them what they just did to the hood cats in Inglewood, that I'm going to say, hey, dog, look what they did in your hood, homie. What y'all going to do about it? And then they just put them on. Blah, 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 blah. They put the kids on like put them on the hood, put them on the set. And we film it all, and we get banned and blocked forever.
Force them to get a tattoo on their arm and shit. all type of
JB's
shit.
camp or whatever we call it. You know what I'm saying?
Make them sit outside the door while you in there with an AE. They got to listen. They got to learn. Like all that shit.
Micah Parsons basically was told by the Cowboys he's shitty, can't play linebacker, not good enough, and they gave him a 5th year at DN, saving the Cowboys approximately $3 million. That's how I look at it. I just told you, this is me. I'm the GM for the Cowboys. Son, you're not very good. We don't think you can play linebacker because we think you're a freak of nature, but you'd rather do podcast and talk about players that just beat you 49-3 in a game. So we're going to give you a 5th year, but it's going to be a defensive end. And we're going to teach you how to take on the wrong arm in a double, but we don't need you to do any more podcasts during the season. We just need you to be humble and play the game, because if you want to be the greatest, you should just shut the fuck up. Or you could have made more money and been tagged as a linebacker, but you will not be on this team because we got to pay Dak Prescott, who Coach JB calls Whack Prescott, a lot of money coming up. So that is why you're getting tagged for a 5th year. You look like Micah Parsons right now.
I don't know what that means. I don't know if that's racist or what.
Well, not racist. Stereotype, maybe.
You don't all looking like JB.
You built kind of like him. You're not tall, but you're built kind of like him. You got a hoodie on. You look like him on his podcast.
You look like who? You look like? You look like fucking every white offensive lineman right now. You like Jeff Saturday. You like Jason Kelce.
I like Nick Swardson.
You like fucking. You like the Lions coach right now. You like the fucking
All right, Smitty. We're gonna do a top of the world, bottom of the barrel real quick.
I'm gonna just do the top of the world. That's all I'm giving you today. Cause I ain't like your bottom of the barrel. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I produced the show, so you're gonna do bottom of the barrel, and we're gonna put you on the blast. We'll just stay quiet the whole time, the rest of the show, until you give us a name on the bottom of the barrel.
Well, how about you go first with both your lists, and I'll jump in and we'll see how the shit goes.
All right, here's what we're doing, Smitty. So let everybody know what we're doing.
I didn't understand. Yeah, I sent you a message earlier behind the scenes. You didn't read it.
Oh, I didn't get it.
Go ahead and go first.
I'll do mine today. You do yours tomorrow.
Go ahead and go. I mean, you can go ahead and go. Explain yourself.
The most over-deserving statue receivers.
So that for clarity, these are people who have already got a statue.
Or if they are on pace to get one.
See, that's the part I didn't like, because I'm like, how the fuck I know if a motherfucker's on pace to? I don't know who's on pace to get a statue. Like, there's no list of almost about to get in. Like, that's such a I don't know who getting a statue.
What do you mean? It's real simple. So, do you believe that Draymond Green can possibly get a statue? Yes. Do you believe James Harden could possibly get a statue? Yes. You know damn well. Do you believe that CP2 will get a statue? Yes. So what do you mean? How hard is it, homie? You work at Fox. This ain't a hard concept. So let's dive. I'm gonna do the whole show. I'm gonna do the show. I'll take over the show. So
that's how motherfuckers be. You work at Fox, so you basically saying you dumbass. You work at a big organization. How the fuck you ain't gonna know how to do it?
That's why my back hurts. I carry the show. So. The most over-deserving statue receivers either have one or are going to get one that's not obvious, Smitty, meaning obviously Kobe, Shaq. We know they're going to get them or they have one. The most over-deserving, bottom of the barrel receivers of a statue, in my opinion, are in order right now. Bottom of the barrel, brought to you by Prize Picks. Draymond Green at number 5. I believe if he ever gets a trophy, it'll be a smack in the face of all the Dennis Rodmans, Ron Artest, Ben Wallaces of the world. Fuck no. He better not get a fucking trophy. Number 4, James Harden. My high school alum, many years after me, of course. He has basically been a guy who can put the ball through the hoop, but chases super teams and has yet to show up when it matters. He should never get a fucking trophy. Number 3, CP2. Why he's not number 1? Because I have even more undeserving guys. But CP2 is number 3 on my bottom of the barrel. He better never get a fucking trophy as long as I'm around, or I might vandalize that motherfucker. Number 2, Steve Nash. The most fucking overhyped I'm really so mad about Steve Nash because what he did, they robbed Kobe. So I'm still mad about that, Smitty.
It's not his fault, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know, but I don't like him. And then number 1, Smitty, Palmdale P. Paul George.
You think he getting a statue?
Yeah, he's gonna get one somewhere.
Paul George. He ain't getting one in Indianapolis.
No, don't get it twisted. Paul George was legit now.
No, he's still legit. I'm not saying that, but he ain't getting no statue back in my city.
Somebody's gonna give him a trophy.
It must be out here in LA. He ain't getting one in my city.
Well, I'm just saying somebody's gonna give him.
I like Paul George a lot.
But I'm just saying he should never get one. So hopefully he doesn't. So that's what I'm saying. Now let's swap over to the most deserving top of the world.
I like this. I like this side. Positive, happy.
Most deserving of a trophy, non-obvious
statue.
If it were to happen or they already have one, this is my list on who I think should get one if they don't already have one. Or if they do have one, Smitty, I believe I'm going to rank them in that order. So, number 5, most deserving, Kevin McHale, the greatest fundamentally sound footwork in the history of basketball, followed by, I believe, Akeem Olajuwon, Tim Duncan. I think those are the 3 greatest post players to have the most dominant footwork in the history. Kevin McHale's number 1, though, in footwork. I believe he deserves a trophy. Number 4, a guy you've mentioned before, we talk about all the time, Robert Horry. Big shot Bob. I believe he deserves a trophy. And Smitty, not for being the great player and all that, but just think about it. Robert Horry has won guys titles and kept others from winning them.
That's true.
Robert Horry needs a trophy some fucking place. Somewhere he needs a trophy. Number 3, James Worthy. Big game James is very, very under-discussed, undervalued, and underrated. James Worthy, remember, if people don't realize him, Sam Perkins, Michael Jordan, all in North Carolina at the same time, and James Worthy was the best basketball player on that team. James Worthy was a great, legendary Laker and responsible for a lot of winning there. I think James Worthy deserves a trophy. He may have one. I don't know, but that's why we're doing this. I believe if he does have one, he's deserving at number 3. If he doesn't, he needs one at number 3. Number 2, I know this guy has one, but he needs one somewhere else. AI, Allen Iverson. He's at second tier to me as far as superstars of all time. He's clearly a superstar, but all time, he's under that Kobe, Jordan, Bird, Magic, discussion. But he deserves a trophy. There's no doubt about it. He's an Iron Man.
Yeah.
Iron Man, Smitty. Played every single fucking day. Always fought through it. Allen Iverson. And number 1, you don't even know this guy probably, but Bernard King needs a trophy. Needs a trophy. He went through an NBA playoff series averaging 41 one year. And a lot of folks don't even know who Bernard King is. Bernard King, one of the greatest scorers in NBA history. He needs a fucking trophy, Big Smitty. So, as I say, those guys are greats. Those are the top of the world guys who either have one or deserve a trophy. No fucking LeBron. Hell no.
Well, I'm gonna get my top of the world, and maybe tomorrow I can save my bottom of the barrel if I decide to put together that list. But the top of the world, man, most deserving statue receivers. Number 5, I'm going with Chauncey Billups, Detroit Pistons, man, legendary. Another guy who was a big shot maker and taker, helped led, a amazing kind of, Detroit team, the second, version of the Bad Boys Pistons, so to speak, to a ring. Chauncey Billups deserves a statue in the D. Number 4, and this is where, JB's going to get mad, going to walk off. Chris Paul with the Hornets. Chris Paul is one of their greatest players of all time. He's one of the best point guards in NBA history. Once he joined the Hornets, they became a perennial playoff team who was very competitive. I remember the years of him and David West together, one of the best 1-2 punches in the NBA for many years, and he was a catalyst of those teams. Chris Paul deserves one with the Hornets. Number 3, I'm gonna go with Russell Westbrook. I think he needs one at OKC, man. He was the heartbeat. Those guys went to an NBA Finals, and then even when KD left, Westbrook stayed for a few years, got them to the playoffs. Always put 150% maximum effort out on the court. day in and day out, still does to this day. He deserves a statue in OKC. Number 2, I have a tie. It's my list. I can do that. Smitty said so. I got Draymond Green and Klay Thompson. I think they're both kind of equally important to the Golden State run. I want to see Klay Thompson and Draymond Green have a statue in Golden State. Without those two guys, there is no jury in Golden State in the Bay Area. So I think those two deserve that. And then number 1, it might be a little controversial. I think Kyrie Irving needs a statue in Cleveland because without that shot, without him making the buckets he made, LeBron would have not brought a ring home to Cleveland. Let's keep it a buck, JB. Let's call a spade a spade. Kyrie made the shots of all shots, and I think he deserves a statue in Cleveland next to LeBron, just to make sure as history unfolds, we all remember and understand why they got that ring.
And I want a context to this because a lot of people are going to say, because I always say that, I think he's been saved several different times in every single title run that he's made, besides the huge iconic block shot on Iguodala.
Yeah.
I don't know of an iconic finals moment that I can point at and say LeBron single-handedly willed their team to victory. I can point out moments that LeBron lost final games by either A, not taking the last shot, having the nuts to take a last shot, or case in point, last year in the sweep of the Denver Nuggets when they got swept, he couldn't even get a shot off. And he's the GOAT. Kobe Bryant could be argued saved by Big Shot Bob. And so can Shaquille O'Neal, and so could Derek Fisher, who beat San Antonio on a 0.04 second shot turning around baseline, which I watched obviously over and over. The difference is Kobe took those shots also and won those games, and he was not scared to take those shots, and he actually made a decision to get rid of the rock at a moment to win the game, where LeBron refused to even take the shot and refused to take the rock as the primary ball handler. That's the difference. Kyrie took that motherfucker like, give me that shit, like you're supposed to do, LeBron. That's the difference, in my opinion. But that's just context. I know everybody's going to say, well, Big Shot Bob save Kobe. It's a whole other ball game.
Everybody needs others. We get that, but it's different. But it's a different mindset. And I'll say for the first half of LeBron's career, I agree with you. He did not want to take those shots. I would say towards the back, not full half, the back like third or whatever, he started to take those shots. I remember that playoff run. It was a year I think Kyrie had he had left, and it was like LeBron's last year in Cleveland, if I'm not mistaken. And the team was they were decent. I think JR was still there, but it was really just LeBron and a whole bunch of others. And he went on a run and led them back to the finals. If you remember that playoff, he made big-time game winners against the Pacers, against the Toronto Raptors, where he run into the side and he soft touch off the glass. So as he got older, I think LeBron finally got to a point where he didn't give a fuck and he started to take those shots. He would miss some, of course, but he would at least take them. But it took a long time for him to get to that point in which he wanted to do that. Where Kobe, from day one, I mean, you guys remember the two air balls against Utah. Remember against Utah, he airballed like 3 shots in a row.
17 years old, Smitty. You were what, 8?
Yeah, they didn't care.
I was at a resort that game up in Northern Cali. Yeah, it was crazy.
I was 3 years old.
Smitty, I got to ask you. This Ryan Garcia thing's going crazy. He's all over the internet. He basically
might be on Twitter Spaces today, low key.
We might have to go and tag him on it. Elon Musk is the Antichrist. He just tweeted out. And Alex Jones, if you don't know Alex Jones, he's come out and responded to Ryan Garcia's Bohemian Grove statement that he made yesterday with, what's that guy's name? The guy that was just in jail. The two brothers, what's his name? The MMA guy that was huge. Tate.
Andrew Tate.
Yeah, he was on Andrew Tate, and he came out and was like, I had to watch kids get assaulted and all this type of shit. And now Ryan Garcia is looked at like he's going crazy right now. Nobody knows why, but
out of nowhere though.
Yeah, out of nowhere. Is something up with this cat or what's going on?
I don't know, man. I'm trying to I don't know if he's sick, if he's on drugs, if this is some weird marketing ploy, Is there a little bit of truth to what he's saying? Is he crazy? Did somebody drug him? I don't know. I really don't know, but it's random. He's always been a marketer and all that stuff, but he's never been on this type of side. He's going like wild right now. And I know we got a lot of conspiracy theories, and even me, I believe in some conspiracies and certain things I think are true. I do think there's a nasty side of this world that's private that we don't know, and they got some weird, freaky shit going on, some disturbing shit going on. But at the same time, though, I don't know if this guy, Ryan Garcia, or guys like that, are like, if they have the information, if they know that if he's of that level to even understand and know what's really going on at that level. I don't know. It's hard to really know right now. And it's kind of confusing. I thought maybe his account got hacked a couple of days ago, but he continues to put shit out. It's really him. And it's looking like he won't even be. I don't think this fight with Haney's going to happen based upon what I'm seeing. I'm going to be honest with you.
Have you ever heard of the Bohemian Grove? You know about it?
I've heard of the term, but I never done like a deep dive research to know exactly what it is. No, I haven't.
It's here in Cali, of course. It's like supposedly like a men's club, like a private. It's like a bunch of land out in the fucking middle of nowhere up north. And
is that when they're doing like they're working out, they're doing like yoga and shit? Like I saw the clip. I didn't know that was out here though.
Apparently they do a bunch of weird shit up there, and there's the elite of the elite go up there only. Nobody knows how to get in. Nobody knows how to be a member. There's like no fucking, you know what I'm saying? It's not like, so it's some weird shit. I don't know nothing about it. I don't want to know about it. I don't care. But
it's like some white people shit to me.
Parents do better. Shit. My fucking kid ain't going to Bohemian Grove.
When we get rich, know this. Me and JB ain't never switching up to on some shit like that. We're gonna be rich, be the same motherfucker. We might grow and improve our lingo and our language. We might cuss a little bit less. JB probably won't, but we ain't never gonna be on no Bohemian, no Illuminati, ain't none of that shit. You know what I mean? I'd rather be back in the hood and just being myself than to be on that type of level.
Yeah,
I ain't sacrificing. I ain't doing none of that. I ain't doing none of that shit.
Yeah. I heard there's a video somebody sent me that some cat sneaking in there, and it's just weird shit. I don't know. It's
I won't even see it really. This shit
it's in
crazy,
Monte Rio, California.
But I'm thinking, y'all, we might. I'm gonna talk JB offline. We might go Twitter Spaces around 3:30 p.m. Pacific or 4 p.m. Pacific for about 30-40 minutes to talk about the Ryan Garcia stuff and maybe some other hot topics for about 30 minutes. So make sure if you're not following JB and myself as well as the show, there's 3 accounts: JB's personal page, my page, and the Coach JB show. Follow all those accounts on Twitter. Follow us all on Instagram as well. Cause we're gonna be doing Twitter Spaces, Instagram Lives. We're doing everything to blow this show up just for y'all, man. And we had almost 3,000 people in the show today. More than half came from Twitter. So shout out to Twitter, man, for doing y'all thing. Y'all support us. We're gonna support y'all. And tomorrow, let's double this thing up, make it 5,000.
I heard that Broncos may be getting rid of both Judy and Cortland Sutton after getting rid of Wilson. They must just be saying, fuck it, we're getting rid of everybody. Sean Payton knows what he's doing. We'll see. Pound that like, subscribe, become a member. We will be back tomorrow in 21 hours time. God permitting. We'll be back tomorrow, and pound that like, man. We appreciate everybody. We'll be on Spaces later on today, live, talking about Ryan Garcia, some quarterback play, mock draft. We might be doing some Spaces on some NFL mock draft. We'll have Steve Kim on a couple Spaces, maybe Whitlock. We may have to do Spaces in a big manner, so stay tuned. We'll post it later on the main page. Shout out to everybody from Sean King to Keenan Middleton to Matt McChesney. Appreciate everybody jumping on today, and we'll be back tomorrow for Tee It Up Thursday. Talk a little live golf there in Hong Kong this week, and the PGA really is just a shit show of what they used to be. And we'll see you tomorrow, man. Pound that like, subscribe, become a member. And don't forget, we take phone calls live every single day. So become a member, because those are going to be the guys that we let in more and more and more. And also join the Discord today.
I don't know how y'all join, but if you're a member and you don't know how to join, hit up somebody who's already in the Discord and get the information and figure that out. I think it's a link.
Slap Nation. Download Discord app and then find Slap Nation and become a member. Appreciate you guys. Bailey, take us away. Peace.
Issues get pressed so fast you don't get sacked like bags and baggage. Smitty and Jason Brown, kill the yeah, it's a rap. We